in my ass.
I just banged your wife?
Name of this garbage show again that I'm on.
Total Nonstop Impact.
My name's John, capital letter E, period, Bravo, and you're listening to the Total Nonstop Impact podcast.
This is the jaw-jacking Tuesday Night Impact, and his mother called him son because he shines like one. Mocha Skin Manimal, Rohit, Raju, and you are watching Total Nonstop Impact.
This is Taya, la güera loca, and you are listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
The Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander, and you're listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
We are the Rascals, and you are listening to Total
Nonstop
Impact podcast, baby.
Woo! And what you're really listening to is Total Nonstop Impact. Don't you dare miss a lesson. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
What's up, Impact Wrestling? Let's make some noise!
Sitting here, you guys got a 15-minute intro of putting yourselves over while I'm sitting here and watching Jaybone and Callihan and you're 50. I never saw a 15-minute intro of three guys putting themselves over.
This is the good stuff.
Welcome back, everybody, to Total Nonstop Impact. Impact Talk for Impact fans. Featured right here on the TNI network. This is Trent, my co-host, Jay Boner. What the fuck? Jay Boner, Bill, Alicia, and Kalon's going to be in here in a second. This is the Impact on Access TV review for August 4th, 2020. There's Kalon. What's going on,
Jay Bone?
Jay Boner, it says.
Jay Boner? Hey, Jay, what'd you do with all my sound bites?
Yeah, what happened to the sound?
Jay, did you take it upon yourself to delete my sound bites without asking me?
Oh, my
God. You got to ask
God.
for permission for that first, Jay.
I told you.
Jay, I brought you in this world. I'll take you out. You understand me? You understand me?
Terrible. What? I couldn't hear the intro on through my headset here, but it was going, I guess.
Where's my sound bites, Jay? Where's Bravo? Where's everything?
What happened there? Did we lose all the sound bites?
Sound bites are there. The videos are gone. The sound bites are there.
Whoa. Ooh. Jesus. There's a little controversy on the
Lucy, you got some splaining to do.
There's some splaining.
No. I saw this coming a mile away.
That's okay. Okay, Jay, you know what? Operation Destroy Smash This podcast begins now. You're going to wish you never podcasted, Jay.
Oh, shit, man. Continue. Jesus. What's up, guys? Say hello to the lot. Everybody's here.
Every time I see Zach Bonifer's profile pic, I wish I never started podcasting.
Jesus. How's it going, guys? Bill, Alicia, Kalon, you got some storms where you're at. Your signal sucks today.
And no good, man. No good. I was at work. Trees started falling down. Power started going out. No good. But I have power here, which is nice. I got lucky.
Nice.
I told you not to have the barbecue for lunch.
Well, yeah.
What's up, Alicia? What's going on with you? How was the weekend?
Oh, it was a wonderful weekend. Hoping my signal holds up enough because, like Kyle, I had some pretty crazy weather here. Still kind of experiencing rain.
Yeah, there's a little fuzziness on your end. So hopefully, if you cut out, we'll know why. Bill's back, guys. Bill went to Indianapolis for some GCW. Saw a couple Impact stars this weekend. Bill, you want to quickly just tell you made it back?
Yeah, you didn't delete this one. I was gonna put a gun to your head if you after that.
That's because I like Bill.
All right,
there we go. Bill's
hey, what does that mean?
Bill, so you went and saw a couple Impact stars this weekend.
I did.
Yeah. Who'd you see? You want to tell us real quick?
Yeah. This was for the GCW show Sunday. I saw both Kylie Rae, who is MD Kylie, for the GCW Nick Gage people, you'll get that. And then Ace Austin was in a scramble match. And I think a lot of people, you probably saw it. This was the show that if you saw on Twitter and places, he wore a mask, actually a Conan mask, while he wrestled during the entire match. So set an example. I know a lot of people were chiming in on that. And he wore it before, after the show. I talked to him. He still had it on. So he's taken every precaution outside of the facilities that at Skyway Studios.
That's pretty cool, man. That's admirable.
Hold on a second. Chat room interruption here from TNI listener, Dat as and titties with the Z's and D's.
This username gets me.
Now, let me explain to you what's going on here. Let's pull back the curtain for the listeners here. See, Scumbag got a little too. Me and Bill decided we were going to do our own Wrestle House thing on Twitch, and I decided to get a little crazy with the video clips that are owned by Anthem Wrestling Exhibitions and not the TNI show. But Mr. Dat As and Titties, don't you worry, because I personally took this video. This is mine. I own it.
Hey, Vince Russo, how you doing?
How you doing?
That one's here to stay. So from here on out, I have to reformat the sound bites so they look like this.
What a scumbag!
Keep the picture. The picture's safe. When we're putting the full videos up, that's where Jaybone gets a little closer to you know what. You know, we gotta.
Are you going to do that right now? Right now?
No, we don't have it right now, Bill. Thanks for the tease. We don't have that. We don't have that.
We lost that one?
Yeah, I want the listeners to know that Jay turned heel.
Jay turned heel and basically.
Well, he's trying to protect the channel. Trent, he's trying to protect the channel from getting deleted and everything going away. But some of us like to watch the world burn, and I happen to be one of those.
You're proud as a peacock.
It's a power struggle. It's all a power struggle, just like wrestling.
So again, Bill will do all the sound bites. He'll just verbally.
Bill can do them live, a cappella. Bill
proud as a peacock.
Proud as a peacock.
Proud as a peacock. Wow, you're proud as a peacock, you son of a bitch.
For those who don't know, we got busted. You know, Kyle.
No, I got busted.
Well, Kyle got busted. He took Bill with him.
Yeah.
They got in trouble.
Billy and KL, we didn't even start the show yet, and Bill's ready to quit.
Yeah, they played the Wrestle House intro. You guys doing a separate Wrestle House review? I was like, we needed a separate show for this.
We did. And apparently, the people weren't ready for it because copyright laws and whatnot just pulled that right down. But it's still available on Twitch. Twitch is like the wild, wild west. And I keep saying, Billy and KL's going straight to Twitch, and I see the look in Jay's face, like, oh no, there goes the
he's not happy.
There goes the Twitch channel.
Just don't take your clothes off, okay? That's
all. Well, we got Trenty Forbes half naked. That's not a problem.
That
haven't gotten any strikes for that.
Not yet.
Not
yet.
Fuck, fuckity, fuck. There goes your monetization. There goes your monetization. How you like that, Jay? Fuck you and fuck the listeners. How about that?
I'm already bald. All right, what's next?
Poor guy.
Let's get into the review, though. Hell of a show tonight.
Great show. But before we do reviews, we got to open up with Jaybone. I'm sure he's got something to report. So it's going to be time for Jaybone's.
Did you delete the fake wrestling news thing too, Jay?
It's in there. Relax. Take it easy. Here we go. Jaybone's news.
No.
Jiminy Christmas.
And now, Jaybone can go fuck himself. He doesn't get a live read. None of that. Listen to the music in silence. Piece of garbage. And now, Jaybone can fuck himself.
Searching for my fake wrestling news.
All right, Jay.
God, the air smells so salty. Damn.
Yeah, very salty. It's like you live on a coast.
You kick me in the balls, I'm kicking you in the balls 10 times.
What do we got, Jaybone? What's in your news today? It's been a nice little week. There's some stuff like a couple Impact stars and GCWs, a little bit of news. We got that from Bill. But what else you got for us today, Jay?
It's loaded. Well, if you didn't know, folks, on Fight TV, there was a little pay-per-view that turned the wrestling world upside down this past weekend. If you guys missed it, please, guys, it was trending number 2 worldwide, baby. Worldwide, baby. Talk Stop-A-Mania, absolute shit show.
Worst pay-per-view ever.
Worst pay-per-view ever. And they booked it like that. And they promoted it like that, too. Well, we found out how big it is because it's one of the biggest things on this channel, the review, that is. We also had a lovely little interview with the guys right before that. So please, by all means, in your free time, go check that out. Coming out of this weekend, news that I literally just read right before we went live, so I quick jotted this down. I want to congratulate Kurt Angle. He's been sober 7 years now. And I've been following that very closely, especially when he started this. And it's been a trip watching him in the latter years of his career. We don't know what's next for him. Is he retired? You know, people still think he's going to show up in Impact. We got that remains to be seen. We got to wait. But nonetheless, congrats to Kurt Angle, 7 years sober. We just got the announcement today that Kimber Lee, Impact Wrestling Knockout, has officially signed with Impact.
Huge. I know Alicia's happy about that one.
I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
And I realize that some of these girls may not be everybody's cup of tea, but we love her here, and we're ecstatic. I was saying it was just a matter of time, considering she's got a hubby that works for Impact Wrestling as well. So, when they got married, there was a lot of stuff going on in the world. So I'm just assuming it was just, timing. It's like, okay, you're not going to sign any contracts when you're busy planning a wedding and all that kind of stuff. So just let the weddings hype die down. Life in general is still shit, but nonetheless, we got her signed. That's tremendous. We congratulate her.
And wait, Alicia, she also works like as a veterinary tech, right? As well, like she's like a vet tech or something.
Yeah.
So
I believe she's also she's doing that while training to become a veterinarian.
Yeah. So how about that, huh? So she got a lot going on.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Good for her.
And animal lover right here. I all sorts of praise for that. That's tremendous.
All right, cool. What else you got, Jay?
We got the announcement of the 2-week event coming up in 3 weeks. Impact Wrestling Emergence.
Nice. Kind of similar to Rebellion, right? It's over the course of 2 weeks, 2 episodes. It's going to air one half, 1 week, one half. So I kind of like that format because you're getting like you're hyping night 1, then you're hyping night 2, and it's kind of like its own little entity. I dig it, and it's a week apart. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And what's the first one, Jay? August 18th?
Yes.
August 18th. All right, cool. Nice.
And I was looking for something, and that did not save. Okay, so, but I also wanted to throw this in here because of news, and it's more like our news, but I'll throw this in here.
What do you got? We can display something? What are we showing here?
You betcha. I'm doing it. Here we go. We got a sale!
Hey, there we go.
PWT's summer sale. Summertime. The promo code is summertime 20% off. TNI, well, all wrestling, all the wrestling related stuff in Pro Wrestling Tees store. But of course, we're plugging our stuff right here. We got 3 shirts up. We're working on a 4th currently. We're brainstorming. Guys, if you...
What happened, Jay?
Sorry. If you have any ideas for shirts for us, something that you would like to see from our brand, by all means, leave it in the comments while we're live. You can DM us, give us some ideas, because I've got some ideas myself, but putting it from here onto paper is like another thing. Oh, no.
All right, so here we go. Pro Wrestling Tees, guys. ProWrestlingTees.com/Total Nonstop Impact. 3 designs, 20% off now through noon East, or noon, I think it's noon Central Central Time. Look at that, Kyle. They're actually measuring it in Central Time because
no, there's no such thing as Central Time. The whole
CST,
world
baby.
runs on
CST.
Eastern Time. Everyone
They're
knows
Chicago-based.
There's only one coast, Trent. That's the East Coast. Everyone knows that. However, promo code summertime. But remember, folks, that promo code does not work for Smash This Podcast T-shirts. You can only use that for TNI shirts. So be sure to get your Total Nonstop Impact Flaming Mike tee today with a 20% off discount. Promo code summertime, children.
And I'm going to put.
I thought you were going to give a shout out to the Fresh Prince for summertime.
He did that on Twitter today. I'm going to put this out there. A lot of people have been asking to come on the show. A lot of people want to be on the show. Want to be guests. Here's the thing,
Everybody
guys.
wants to be on the show. Trent.
Everyone wants to be on the show.
This is the show. Let me put my sunglasses
This is the show.
on.
Put your show here. Put your sunglasses on. The show's now. We have a promotion. If you buy a shirt, you can come on the Sunday show. You can come hang out on the Sunday show, the open forum show. Relax. Or if you prefer the throwback, you got to be watching the throwbacks with us. But easier ones to come on as a Sunday show. You buy a shirt, you let us know you want to come on. You're more than welcome to come on the Sunday show. The main show here, we got a lot of talking heads here. It won't be this show, but if you buy a shirt, you're more than welcome to hang out on the Sunday Impact Plus Weekly. So I was putting that out there.
Idea right here. Somebody draw this up. I like this.
Go retro with a 6-sided ring with a TNI in the middle of the ring. Whoever wants to draw it, let us know. If you guys want to make a design for us,
if we're talking 6 sides, why don't we just bring back the Impact heads? Sure.
You people beating me up for my past projects or disasters. Aside from that, Kill Steel, he's looking up EBW on YouTube. You know how creepy that is? That was my backyard wrestling promotion when I was 12 years old. Why are you searching for that on the internet, Kill Steel? I was 12.
He's a fan. Here's the thing, guys.
You're not a fan of people's backyard promotions. That was a bunch of kids playing in a yard. That's creepy. I'll show you it when it's time, all right?
Here's the thing. Mark was on the show on Sunday with us. He's hanging out on the Impact Plus Weekly, and he was dying to see this logo. And we found the logo, and I brought it out.
Trent, forget that. Forget the logo. I have the original episode of Impact Heads where you made your debut. And it was honestly, if you think about it, one of the worst moments of your life because it was when Kyle met Trent. That's what it was.
And then, did you hide the show? I can't find it.
No, I have it, Trent. I have it. I've been holding on to it for a while, cutting pieces out of it.
Holy shit.
We're going to look back on that. It's going to be like the anniversary when Kyle
watch
met
out.
Trent. Before
Jaybone, Jared lawsuit up there.
Bill was
you guys
still in Orlando.
Delete the master tapes.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
My
delete
God.
the emails. Delete the emails. You know, it's like
guys.
I got. Hold on a second. I got. Jay wasn't around yet. Bill was still in Orlando in the front row. Alicia was baking cakes, something like that.
Baking cakes.
But it was Kyle and Chef, and Trent was our guest. And then the week after, Chef was suddenly missing. Chef got whacked. And then Trent took over. Trent was co-host. And within a few weeks, Trent just got to know that I am a complete degenerate. It was like, okay, I'm going to host the show. You're going to pop in when you need to. And here we are now, off to the races. 2 years later.
Put it this way. Within 3 weeks of taking over the show.
Yeah, weeks. Don't say months. It was weeks.
Weeks.
Days, maybe.
I was literally doing solo shows because this scumbag left me hanging. Slammiversary 2018, we missed it completely.
Look, Trent, you were new to podcasting. Do you know how you teach people how to swim? You throw them in the water. That's what you do. I threw you to the wolves, and look at you now. You're a great host. You're a great host, Trent. They're going to pluck you from the show, and you're going to do great things. And I'm going to be the scumbag left here with these freaks.
Jesus. I will say, hey, listen.
Zach Bonifer's going to be making pictures of me to the day I die, Trent, while you go off to do things in the real world.
The latest
me
one.
And Zach.
The latest one is on the We Talk Impact Twitter. If you guys take a look, it's the Impact Total Nonstop Impact House, our version of Wrestle House. Take a look at that, guys. Holy shit! Lakers says Impact was his shit back in the day.
He was there. I can confirm he was there. Whoopsie
fuck.
was there. We had like 2 or 3 listeners, and Lakers was there. That's why Lakers is coming with us, man. Everywhere we go, we take Lakers with us because he was there when I started from the bottom. He was there.
Good for him. Good for him. Yeah. All right.
Everybody's got to start from the bottom.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Kyle stays there, but that's all right.
I'm what you call a bottom feeder. That's what they call me. I don't know what that means, but guy's a bottom feeder, apparently. Whatever that means.
We got Ingrid with her catchphrase anyway, as in get on with the damn show.
Karen's in the house. Hello, Karen. How are you? She
got us quick.
Would you like to speak to the manager? Who's the manager on the show? Would that be Trent or Jay?
I'm going to give it to Jaybone. Yeah, look at manager. All right. How about this? You got any more news, Jay?
Oh, go ahead.
Any more news before we jump in?
No, that's it. I ended it with the sale because I figured that'd be like the best thing to talk about.
All right, good stuff. Review time.
Referee Daniel Spencer is producing the show. Time to segue into the review. fellas and ladies.
Are you
I
reffing
thought
the
he was still
show?
knocked out.
Are you reffing the show? What was what's going on here?
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, people.
Yes.
From the outside looking in, it's like, oh, just another wrestling podcast with a bunch of crazy wrestling geeks. This is the only show where you're going to get the referee in the chat room. You're going to get people that work behind the scenes at Impact Wrestling. I'm telling you, folks, enjoy this. Because once this is over, you're going to be scratching your heads like, oh, we got to watch the Impact Lounge again. Whatever happened to the TNI show? So enjoy this.
And if you're watching on Twitch, I believe there's still someone's giving away some free subscriptions on Twitch.
Ding, ding, ding.
TNI channel, so get over there.
He's given away one so far. Truck Rock is giving 5 Twitch subs away tonight. You got to be commenting from Twitch.
You know how great Bill is, Trent? Before we get into the review, I just got to throw this out there.
Right
Bill
there.
does something that nobody does. Nobody does. Bill stops the review to remind people where we're going to be after. Bill is the king of plugs, and we're a bunch of morons. I like that, Bill. I like that about you. Keep plugging. Keep keeping us on task.
And I gotta give one thing to Bill here. He always has the topical clothing. He's got the Rich Swann shirt tonight, which ties, and the moose vest ties into the whole show. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna start this off, guys. Me, I'm over here wearing a beer money shirt because they were in the flashback. So
well, only in the flashback for Twitch.
For Twitch, that's right. All right, let's jump in, everybody. We good to go? Let's jump in. August 4th, 2020. This is Impact on Access TV. We opened up with what I thought was the main event. I guess it's considered a main event. Moose versus Heath. He's just going by Heath now, guys, it looks like. TNA World Heavyweight Championship. This is officially a reactivated title from what I can see here. Like the way it's being announced, it literally was for the belt. This is an official title, I guess.
I just don't know because it seemed like Moose was this delusional egomaniac that was like, oh, look at that. I'm taking that and I'm defending it. He decided it. But it just seems like week after week, the company, they're all right with it. Maybe they're afraid of Moose. Maybe they're afraid Moose is going to hurt them because, okay, Moose, you want to defend that? All right. Now I feel like it's an official championship. Hey, he's redesigning it. He's got that beautiful white strap on.
He does. I'm getting hammered in the chat here. Nurse Nicole's in the chat, hammering me. I literally just got off the phone with her before this.
Trent, there is a time and place for your relationship. Doesn't have to be on the podcast.
I got Bell's boy fueling the fire, giving me shit for wearing this T-shirt. How about that? All right, let's keep going. So, okay, look, I've never seen Heath wrestle before. My first time seeing Heath. I don't know if you guys have seen him. I'm sure you may other companies, but I thought he was pretty good. He's a big guy though, man. Like he's a pretty big dude. Like I didn't think he was that big, but that guy's got some size on him, huh, Alicia? Like he's pretty like tall. I didn't think he was.
I know. I guess people just look smaller on WWE television.
It has to be because he was kind of skinny, kind of like I don't know. I seen pictures. He had longer hair, right? He was kind of twerpy for a little bit. He's getting his ass kicked all the time. Like.
Weren't they in a group where they played in like air guitar and stuff?
Wild Stallions?
Wild Stallions. Wild Stallions.
And then when that fell out, he was still called himself the one-man band.
Oh, is that what it was? All right.
Oh, interesting.
I'm just a one-man band.
I liked it though, Bill. I thought this was a good match, man. I thought they really went at it pretty strong here. Like
no, and I know he's one of the numerous release talents out there that obviously spent a lot of time in the gym during the quarantine, and he like he was bigger and badder, and he looked legit out there. And you're right, like the thing is, he is a bigger guy, so he kind of fits right in. Like he looks the part, definitely as we're watching. He fits in there, obviously for the match. Moose always looking like $1 million. I think we saw another new robe tonight. But good match there. I wasn't sure if we might see some interference, but obviously as the referee of this match is in the chat with us right now. Ref Daniel rep this match. And
Ref Daniel took a nut shot for this match. Dan, how are your balls, man? Like you took a hell of a fucking nut shot in this one. He's
got the balls.
Yeah.
He's got
Trent,
the balls.
can you get him? Give Mr. Daniel Spencer the StreamYard and just get him on here for just seconds? Because I'd like to know how his balls are feeling. Yeah,
we want to do a nut check. Daniel Spencer, you want to pop in?
In-person nut check.
An in-person.
Turn your head cough.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
You're having cough live on the air. How about this, Dan? If you want to jump in for literally 30 seconds, you pop in and say, how's your dick? You'll say, great, and you pop right back out.
Let's not get Mr. Daniel fired from his job at Impact Wrestling. He's in the chat room.
I just want to know how his nuts are feeling.
That's it. That's all I want to know. And if I had that Bison soundbite that you guys won't let me play, I'd hit it right now. You know?
No. We got that is Patreon material right there. Moose wins. After that said he gets nut shots Heath and gets a.
But Heath would have had a 3 count.
That's wonderful.
He had a 6 count.
Hey Trent, your girlfriend Nicole in the chat says I volunteer
cut
for
her
nut checks.
cut her mic, cut her feet.
Isn't that wonderful, Trent? Your girlfriend
I guarantee. I guarantee her next thing's to say, "I'm a nurse."
What a good nurse she is. I don't mean it in a bad way. I'm just saying, what a good nurse she is. Dedicated.
What fucking medicine are you practicing?
She's off the clock at Impact. She's massaging Moose down with ice. She's rubbing the boys. What?
You know, I'm going to cut my own mic. Cut my own headphones, for fuck's sake.
So my question would be, so Heath lost.
He lost.
What does that mean now? Is he done with us, or are they going to figure out some other way to get him to weasel in through the back door?
That's always my thing, right? That's what I brought up in the match. I'm like, I like that it's not the obvious. So now it's like, how do we work him back in? How does he actually stay around? And this is where you can get creative now. You can get a little interesting with like, what do we do with him now? Does he weasel in some other way? Like you said, does he backdoor in somehow? It kind of is fun. It could be fun. Jay had a little thought on this one. I know you were thinking that you can kind of keep making him like the sneak-in guy, make him it's kind of. What's that look, Jay? Why are you giving me that face?
No, look, I think there's an ongoing story here. By no means do I think that Heath is done. That match, win or lose, was great. To see him come out of the gate just kicking ass, full steam ahead, and seriously gave Bruce.
Can you imagine his name being Bruce?
Yes.
Bruce.
He gave Bruce a run for his money. Moose a run for his money. There, Jiminy Christmas. It's flavored water, folks. I swear to God.
No beer tonight. It's a Tuesday night.
So is vodka.
Let me smell it, Jay. Oh yeah. That's the good stuff. Yep.
This is the good stuff.
Flavored water.
Bruce the Moose. I'm gonna call him Bruce. But
I don't think it's over by a long shot. This is stuff that's going to play out leading up to Emergence, and I think we're going to see Rhino and Heath together. And I don't even care how long that doesn't even have to if that's the story going into getting him into the company, and it ends there. That's fine. Do I want to see them tag again? Sure. Rhino and Heath were decent, but anything's better than bologna sandwiches. So we'll just see the story play on here.
We got an update here, guys. Daniel Spencer says it took about an hour, but his nuts were great later on in the show. So just an update there. He was doing okay.
Good to know.
Speaking of Ref Daniel, and I don't know this or not, but this could be related to news as well. I believe the developmental territory of Impact Wrestling, Ohio Valley Wrestling, started taping again tonight. I believe referee Daniel came from there. I don't know if he's still working there as well, but.
Oh, okay. So they're back, huh? Interesting.
Yeah.
Trent, Nurse Nicole is letting us know in the chat that Moose calls his mini Moose Bruce. That's what Bruce is.
Right. I don't want to say how would you know, and I'm going to leave it at that.
Hey, you know what, Jaybone, thank you for not getting rid of this little ditty. It always comes in handy.
My God.
I'm not a complete asshole. Jiminy Christmas.
Now, Jaybone, you with Bravo. You with Bravo in that stupid club. You know the club you guys have against me?
Don't play sound bites over me.
I'm going to play sound bites till this fucking finger falls off. You hear me, Jay? I'm going to start coming on and smash this podcast. I have access to it. I have the keys. I can show up whenever I want. It's all on the same stream yard. How about that?
Guys,
imagine having to do your Smash the Show and having Kalon show up and just destroy your fun every week, get you pulled down. That's where it's headed.
Jaybone's convinced, Kyle, you are one of the trolls that pop into his chat every now and then.
Of course I am. These are plants. These are paid hitmen. These are scumbag minions. I have them say what I don't want to say because then I'll get thrown off. You know what I'm saying? It's easy. You think I'm not calling people? Go right for Nurse Nicole. Right for Nurse Nicole.
Quick update, guys. 2 of the free subs have been given away. Get your Twitch subs. Truck Rock's giving them out, man. You guys got to get in there. Get on your Twitch.
There you go.
Let me give a shout out to Truck Rock, though. You know what Truck Rock's been doing, Trent? He's been banging for the gang. And what I mean by that, that's a little too much. He's banging for the gang, Trent, because you can't just be in the gang if you don't bang for it. And this guy, Truck Rock, I found my way into the Reddit.com, I guess the subreddit of Impact Wrestling, however you would word that. And I'm seeing a bunch of TNI clips, bunch of TNI videos, links posted. And I'm like, I didn't do that. I know for sure as hell Jaybone didn't do that. Trent, you're busy with your peanuts. You got stuff to do. Bill, Alicia, I don't expect you guys to go bang around the internet to get our links out there. But Truck Rock is, and he even put in there, hey, I just like the show. I'm not part of it. Because you know how people are. They don't want to see you shine. They don't want to see you promote your own stuff. But shout out to Truck Rock, man, for doing that.
That's a man right there, dude. Hell yeah, dude.
That's
banging for the gang. You've been listening to a lot of Tupac lately.
Trent, you got to bang for the gang. This is the squad. It's not the tribe anymore. We're the squad. Squad up, Trent.
We squatted now? When did we turn into the squad?
We're the squad. Somebody coined that in the chat here in the beginning, and I'm stealing it. I like that. The squad.
The monster squad.
That was the tribe, or is that
a squad? We're squadding up now.
He just changed it today.
Tribe era is over. Squad era is here.
Maybe that's the shirt.
Squad
there you
goal.
go. All right,
bang
we go
for
back.
That gang.
We get an announcement.
It's been a bangorama.
2 weeks. Emergency going to have the first match announced. Deonna defending her title against Jordan Grace in a rematch. That's coming up in a couple weeks. The 2-week event in about roughly 3-ish weeks at Emergence. So that's the first match announced so far. And she's going to be on night. I think they said she'll be on night 1 or 2. They didn't say what night she's on. Night 2? Night 2. All right, so night 2. Willie Mack backstage asking about Rich Swann. Gia Miller's asking him about the announcement later. Mack says he's kept the information very close to his chest. He's not really sure what's going on, but he's going to be there for his brother either way. And he's thinking it might have to do with Eric Young's attack on Rich. So he's keeping a close eye. We get a EC3, another narrative promo. These have been brilliant, man. I love the narrative promos. There's another one, and I like that he threw a couple shots in there, guys. He was talking about how he was great.
Hey, speaking of throwing shots, sorry, Trent, did you catch Josh Matthews throw that little Impact House? Hashtag Impact House? Oh, no, Impact House. Impact Underground. It was akin to Wrestle House.
I saw.
The Impact Underground. I don't know what that means. That's something the kids are talking about. Maybe Jay would know, but I don't know. But it's good. It's good to see Impact have some balls, you know? Because how long was Impact the company that got beat up by people, got kicked on and spit on, regardless of what they were doing on television? It's our time, Trent. We're banging for the gang now. All of us, fans included.
He's going to throw that in every opportunity tonight. Banging
that. Trent, you gotta coin catchphrases, all right? Smash this bell. That doesn't go anywhere. People want to bang for the gang. They want to bang for the gang. That's what they want.
One weekend of listening to 90s rap, and this is what happened. He comes in your Tuesday with his bang for the gang.
Sipping Hennessy, riding on my enemies. IPOC. Scumpoc. I like that.
So EC3, right? He basically is talking about he was punished by the fans, by the corporation himself, and this was the line he said was, to find your purpose, you must control your narrative. And he goes in. Now we get an actual direction here. He goes in talking about how he has to get the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, reclaim it, and then burn it to the ground, burn the legacy of it to the ground. Tells Moose he's been warned. So now we officially got the direction of this whole thing, right? We officially know that the idea here is he has to take the TNA title. That's the last little ghost of the past, and then destroy it. So I think this is the feud coming up. Bill, you got the jacket. I'm going to you first. Where do you see this going now? You got the title. He's giving you the idea what's happening here. He's killing that. He's that character you're holding.
He wants, like, if I'm somewhere with him at this point and show up with this, he might just rip it off my back. I might have to come with a bunch of X's on there for him to be okay with that. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But no, I'm definitely liking what I'm seeing here. Obviously, they're using all the footage. He's talking about all the guys he went over. Yep. He obviously, like, if you didn't believe it before, and that's why Josh is kind of changing his tune on air, like he's referencing the belt. It's legit to EC3. So now it's legit. Like if it was one thing, if it's however Moose got it, he's been defending it. You could have said it became a real title in the promotion then. But now that EC3 is gunning for it, but he's gunning for it to kill it. He's gunning for it just to destroy it. So we'll see. Like that's definitely what it's leading to. I'm thinking we're going to be getting it during one of the 2 nights. I wasn't sure if this was just going to be a long burn through Bound for Glory, but it's definitely getting pushed up. I think a lot of these ones we thought might be, other than maybe the Kylie Rae, Deonna, are really getting. They're coming now. They're coming now, and that's great. That's going to get those social media trends going, because those 2 nights, I think that's going to be huge.
It's basically kind of like a holdover, right, Alicia? Like before Bound for Glory, like we needed something. I thought maybe they'd stretch it September, but then again, I guess you get it late August and then work that into Bound for Glory in October. Like it's kind of like the perfect time, right? Like to put in like a big show, because you're about a month away. You're about a month removed from anniversary at that point.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think, yeah. So, like I said, Bill, I think they're jump starting a little bit, but I like that we finally got direction. We finally know what the idea is, right, Jay? Like it's going back, kill the last ghost, and that's it. Once I kill the last ghost, I can finally get back on track and then take my narrative to where it's got to be.
And what's funny is there was a little show on last night for 3 hours, and there were several segments from that show that were basically ripped right out of EC3's promo he put out the night that he was officially released.
Yeah, which is interesting, right? Like
it's hilarious. It's like, oh, you didn't want to use this for him while he was there, but now you're gonna do this on your show without him. Okay, I get it.
He's interesting right now. Like that dude literally is like nobody knows what's gonna happen next. But I love that this direction. What we're getting is finally like, all right, you're legit gonna just like shut the door on the old TNA, and this is gonna be the last moment of it, and then we officially get to move on from it.
EC3 will not be ripping this jacket up.
No,
he'll have to pry it off me. He'll have to bring me in the ring and pry it off me.
Hey, here's what you do: you go in there Road Warrior style. You get some big ass spikes, so that if he grabs your jacket, he's like, "Ah, damn, spiked up."
I was hoping. My thought was, I thought they were going to do a unification. They were officially going to unify both, combine the lineage. But I kind of like where this went now. I like that it's like, because it's not a real title anymore. It's like.
No, I agree with you, Trent. And that was my question at Celebration, which I definitely, they're promoting it with a lot of the clips from there. I think so. It's definitely coming again at Bound for Glory for sure. Maybe before then. Who knows? But Moose had no interest in unifying. He's all about just that TNA. But obviously, if that belt gets killed, then he can focus on the world title.
Yes, which is cool. Would you guys like to see him go back into the title pick? Does he need it to go back into the world title picture at this point? Let me start, Alicia. What do you think?
I don't think he needs it, but it's nice to see that he's taking the slower road to it.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm okay with a little extra filler.
Yeah, because if he jumped right in, it'd be way too forced, right? If he went right into the belt, I'd be like, all right, what are we doing?
By doing it this way, I feel like it really builds on what he's trying to portray right now, and it's doing great for the character.
Yeah, I think so. I agree with that. Jay, a slow burn, do you think eventually it's going to lead to a title run, or at least a title shot at some point, or is he just kind of on that outside right now?
It's hard. It's hard to tell. I mean, I think he'll absolutely take it from Moose. I have absolutely no doubt in my mind.
That one, yeah. But I'm talking the main belt, like Eddie's got right now.
Oh, just give that time, because there's a lot of people that are going to be slowly gunning for that over the next 6 to 9 months. And we just got to let that play out. Because the company is still evolving. Okay.
Yeah.
The question in the back of my mind is this: if and when, I think more when than if, but if and when EC3 gets this TNA championship, is he truly going to like he said, burn it? Is he going to destroy it? Or are they going to take that said championship and evolve it into something else for EC3?
Ooh.
Something brand new.
I like that idea.
For lack of better words, a mid-card title.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because people have been clamoring for a long time for a couple different things in the company, and we've talked about this too off and on sporadically over the last year, about women's tag championships. No, I'm not saying EC3 is going to hold those. Just
a man has held them though.
He's got another agenda though.
Yeah, that's for sure.
At the end of the show, damn it. But no, that or a mid-card title, something off of the X division, so that can stay unique in its own, but have a stepping stone still for others to get to the World Championship. And I think all this stuff with the TNA Championship is a great way to do that. Now, one last point on this, because my brain's just on fire tonight. It's just
going, man. It's going. What do you think?
Come back to me. Keep going.
You sure that's water? Are you sure that's water in there, Jaybone? What's going on with you today?
I hadn't thought, and then it just like.
But I do like Jay's idea that he turned to something else. But I think doing it this way is kind of there's more story in him, like taking it and saying I'm going to kill the past completely and then start it fresh and whatever. So there's more story in it. There's more meat in that story going forward. So I do like that. I personally don't think he is going to get back in the world title picture. I think like he's kind of the outskirts guy right now. I think he's in that Roddy Piper mode where like he never really was in the title picture ever. You know, he was the instigator all around everything. He'd fight with the champion, but he was never about the belt for him. It was always about instigating a narrative, so to speak, right? He always set things in motion.
Controlling that narrative.
Right. Which is very, think about it. Hear me out. Like that Roddy Piper kind of that position of like, if you think of it, if you're a Roddy Piper fan, he never really was into the title picture. He just liked to stir his own shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Have his own feuds, do little things here and there, be on this side, be on that side, but just constantly in the mix, but never really needed the belt. EC3's kind of been there. I don't think I don't see him. I don't see the need for it. I think he's fine and strong enough as a character as on his own without a title to like hold, right? He can just keep doing his own thing.
I agree, but let's say I think we're all thinking that there is a very good chance he dethrones Moose for the TNA title.
Moose one, yeah. But that's only to kill it off.
If he does that, and I think we also all agree that we think Moose is going to have a world title run in the future as well.
Yes.
So if he were to then be the world champion and EC3 beat him maybe a few months earlier for the TNA title, it's almost like you got to revisit a title shot for EC3.
Possibly.
Especially if fans come back at some point. I think the fans will be clamoring for EC3 to be in the title picture.
Agreed.
Yeah, if it's built up right, I think I can see that too. Show us that vest again, Bill. You had the uncrowned Moose champion vest. The one he had.
It will happen. Maybe Bound for Glory.
I didn't know you had this one too. Holy shit! This is the one he wore at Slam 18, right?
You know what, Trent? One of these wrestlers is going to start wearing Bill's clothes. You know, one of the dudes going to walk around with Bill's Hawaiian shirt, Bill's undies. One of the wrestlers going to start wearing.
They're going to start bidding on your shit.
That's what I'm saying. Control your narrative, Bill. Control that narrative.
Now, I know Jess, your fellow front rower, she's got the Eddie Edwards jacket.
The Die Hard.
Right?
Yeah,
the Die Hard feature legend.
She got it at ECW arena tapings, I remember.
She did. So she was after she saw me with one, she's like, I'm gonna try this. So it happened.
Try this gimmick to start buying vests. I'm a vest guy now. I got a vest too. Everybody's all these leather. Kyle, you need to get a leather vest, man.
Well, you know what? I got a good announcement for everybody. Usually I show up late to the show. Trent, you notice how usually I come in at this time around 30 minutes in?
I always get scared when he announces that something's like
No, you're
gonna
gonna be so
announced.
happy. You're gonna be so happy, Trent. It's in reverse tonight. Instead of me showing up late, I'm actually about to leave. You guys have fun. You guys enjoy the show. I got to get out of here.
Where the fuck are you going?
I got stuff to do, man. Business is calling. Cars are honking. I got to get out of here.
Nobody's calling you. Nobody.
I got to get out of here, man. But you guys enjoy the show.
No. Wait a minute. You don't just
enjoy your
leave.
show. Enjoy your show, Trent.
You don't just leave? What are you talking about?
I got a hot date. What am I going to tell her? No, I'm doing a wrestling podcast.
We're sitting there talking about
wrestling
wrestling
shows
for another hour.
Fuck your wrestling shows. That's what I'm going to tell this girl. No way. I'm out.
This is funny. This is a joke. This is an absolute fucking joke.
That's why I showed up early. You think I'd come out and be here for the beginning of the show? I had to pick my spot, Trent.
Every time he says he hasn't something to announce, it's bad news. Like he'll set us up. Be like, guys, I got a little situation here. I'm like, what the fuck's this gonna be now? It's like, it'll be something small. He's like, oh, well, I fucking, stubbed my toe. But it's like, he's all set up like, guys, we got this a little problem here,
people
guys.
are happy right now that there's going to be no KL for the rest of the show? They couldn't be any more happy.
Who am I supposed to beat up on?
Take a look around, man. You're not alone. Alicia's been way too comfortable lately. It's about time. Time to pay your dues, Alicia.
Like a tree. All right, get out of here. Get out of here,
well, let me say goodbye to my people.
Go ahead.
Everybody go fuck yourself. How about that?
Get the fucking loser. This son of a bitch. What a waste of a half hour with this guy. Unbelievable. All right, fuck.
He wasn't the watch along for a while, so
hey, it was more. I knew it was too good to be true. He popped in early for one thing. He was in the watch. I'm like, there's no way this is gonna last. There's no way it says staying power, and come to find out, it doesn't.
Look, the father in me hopes that this is more like he's going to go, I'm using my quote fingers here, he's rescuing a damsel in distress.
Okay? Yeah, surely.
Right, okay, sure.
That's what the kids are calling it these days.
I guess so. The Impact World Tag Team Champions come out to do a little sit-down with Jimmy Jacobs, who looks more and more like John Stamos to me every time I see him. More so because I've been watching Full House from the beginning on Hulu. I've been during the pandemic, guys. I've watched nothing but 80s fucking sitcoms to cheer myself up, and I've made it. I'm on Full House right now.
It's all about that Wrestle House. You're getting your Full House, then your Wrestle House.
Did anybody ever see the Impact Full House opening parody that went out like a year ago? Did any of you guys see that? There was somebody made a parody of a Full House opening, but with the Impact stars. You guys?
I vaguely remember it. It was posted on social media, right?
Yeah,
I do. I do vaguely remember it.
Bill, have you seen this?
I'm sure I probably did.
It's not. I actually uploaded it to the TNI Facebook page at We Talk Impact, or just Total Nonstop Impact on Facebook. I uploaded it there. So if you look in the video section, it's fantastic. Like,
I'll have to watch that.
It's so good. It's so good. Jay,
Trent, I would say maybe we could play it at some point, but we know what would happen if that happened. So
it's
no.
Yeah, seriously, we get another fucking strike. God damn. But no, if anybody in the chat has seen that, if you guys haven't, go to our page and check that. I've uploaded it's in the video section a year ago, I think. But no, he looks so much like John Stamos. It's unbelievable. Like, fuck.
Jimmy and the Rippers.
Jimmy and the Rippers. They're going to perform next week on Impact on Access TV at the Smash Club. We're going to call the fucking Impact Zone the Smash Club. I have come to realize, guys, that the real star of that show was John Stamos, 100%. And the coolest kid out of all of them is Stephanie Tanner, no doubt. What do you guys think?
Agreed.
She was definitely the most underrated one out of all of them. Jay, you have something to add about this?
No, it's just the mullet is like the king of the show, period.
He cuts the mullet in season 2. I'm on season 5 now, guys. Him and Aunt Becky are married. The twins were just born today. I'm all in right now. I'm nearing the end. I got it. I think I'm going to go to Boy Meets World next. See all this hype's about.
There you go.
You got to go to Fuller House.
I might go to Fuller House. There's like 2 seasons of Fuller House.
I think there's a couple more.
It's like really? It's like 5 or 6. My wife just watched them all. She loved them.
Oh, shit.
There's that many of Fuller House.
I haven't seen any of them.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yikes. I didn't know. I was thinking about going to hang out with Mr. Cooper also next.
Classic.
It's also on Hulu. But all right, so the tag team champions come out, Sabin and Shelly, who again, I feel like they look fucking younger now than they did 10 years ago. These guys look phenomenal, Alicia, right? Like,
absolutely.
Awesome sit down. They talked about like the history of the guns. They put each other over, which I thought was real nice. They actually addressed Sabin's his ACLs that he's torn three times, like one on each, so 2 on one and one on the other one.
That's rough.
Shelly talked about his rise in other company. He did other companies. He talks about Sabin getting a world title, going their separate ways, proud of what each other's done, and then coming back. So it was a nice little. Up until this point, I liked it a lot. It was kind of cool. Like they really were like putting each other over, putting the division over. Really cool. But then the North comes out. This is where it was awesome. So Josh took lead and cuts an awesome promo. But the real meat of the matter, Alicia, was
unhinged Ethan Page.
Unhinged Ethan Page was fantastic today. I don't know about you guys, but if anything sold me on the rematch, it was literally Ethan Page going nuts. It was like, I'm all in. Give me this match like right now. I loved it.
Gold. Absolute.
So good.
Flipping gold. And if you guys follow him on Twitter, he put out a comparison photo from last year to this year.
Yeah.
Dude, he looks amazing. I mean, he looks like a champ. And unfortunately, he's a guy without a championship now, but
he looks jacked, man. That dude is.
He's putting in the work.
Yes. No, he looks good. He's made the best of the pandemic. He's released a shit ton of merchandise and gotten super jacked. So, good. He's one of the smartest guys out there, man. The tie-in was good, right, Bill? Like he basically said, we weren't at 100%. You guys got us when we weren't at 100%. So when we are at 100%, we're gonna fucking beat you. So the idea was like, it's a fluke. You got on a fluke. We're gonna, and then even the guns were like, we'll do it right now. He's like, what, did you not hear me? I said,
we're at 40%.
The pay-per-view just happened. Why would we find out?
It was awesome. I love that.
I want to know where this 20%, 40% stuff comes from, because they looked amazing going into this match. I mean, they have never looked better as a team, fit-wise, in-ring wise.
I think he was saying they just had that, like they just had the pay-per-view and they had to come back and defend it right the next week. Like that's,
yeah.
Oh, okay. In that sense, okay, I understand.
Steiner math, man. It was Steiner math.
Steiner math.
I got a D in geography. Okay,
now I know why. Fuck. So they said that the match will be on Emergence. So we got 2 title matches already set for Emergence now. That's
big ones.
There's a weird part of me that thinks that they're going to regain these titles, man. I'm already like thinking, I don't know, but then that puts me back at where I was that Alicia and I have talked about a lot. Where in the fuck are the goddamn Rascals going to get a shot at this title? I really thought the best bet was going to be the Rascals and the Guns. We talked about that setup. It was perfect, right?
Yeah, I thought so.
Fuck, so perfect. The Rascals to be the first contenders for this, because they were. If anybody was at 40%, it was the Rascals not knowing who their opponents were. I'm like, shit.
They'll get their time. I'm thinking some crazy Full Metal Mayhem at Bound for Glory, maybe featuring 3 to 4 tag teams.
Oh man, I just I think they might get those titles back. But yeah, I mean, if that's the case, we got to flip them at some point. We got to get. There's enough teams waiting in the wings, man. TJ, Fallah, the Rascals. I mean, the Deaners even. I mean, Deaners are still. They're a little busy on Wrestle House right now, but those TJP and Fallah and the Rascals are just, either one is so ready to take these belts, man. Like somebody's got to jump in there at some point. So I'm hoping. But in the meantime, we got the title match in Emergence, so we're gonna see what happens with that. It's interesting. Now, the newly signed Kimberly barges into Deonna's locker room, and she's like, well, you don't knock. Kim had that I just signed confidence going in, which looked good. She looked very confident, like she'll walk around here where she wants. And she says that, if you don't take Jordan Grace seriously, Deonna, you're going to lose the title at Emergence. And she offers that she'll take out Jordan for her in exchange for a title shot, which I think is interesting. And Deonna agrees to that. So let's start with our knockout. Where do you see that going, Alicia?
You forgot the catch.
What's the catch? Because I thought she said if she takes out Jordan, then she'll get a title shot.
But then did you say that Kimberly would get the title shot?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood you.
Yeah.
So where do we go, Alicia? What do we do here? That's what I'm a little curious now because I don't know where this could even go.
Well, first of all, I'm super excited that we get to witness villain Kimberly in her full glory, because a lot of people might not realize on the Independents she's got kind of a history of being like the crown jewel, which is a pretty cocky, manipulative character where she does a lot of underhanded tricks to kind of get her way. A lot of manipulation, so to speak. So it should be good to see. And I like that she's kind of falling into this feud.
She's an underrated heel. Like, she's a better heel than she is a face. And I think that's where we really want to focus her on is her heel work. Yeah, like you said, because especially when she was doing the Chikara Championship stuff.
Princess Kimber.
Yeah, I mean, she's good.
Oh yeah,
she's a good heel, and she's scrappy too. Like when you let her run without confining her to anything, she can be very, very good at playing playing a heel. I want to see what comes. This is an interesting twist. The whole thing with Deonna now, this is interesting. Not getting her in the title mix, but not quite. Like she's kind of on the I'm eyeballing that title. I'm gonna work my way in from the inside to get it. So
she's quickly skirted herself to the outskirts of that circle pretty quick, if you think about it.
It's perfect. Yep, I agree with that. All right, let's talk Wrestle House. Bill, since you're the Wrestle House guy, since you went rogue into the Wrestle House review, I'll let you set up the Wrestle House segment here. What do you got for this? Now, we start off with Taya gathering the group.
Yes, Taya in the stooge room, kind of the more utilizing the stooge room to kind of set it up. Starts out getting everybody, giving her a state of the, let's just say, cleanliness of the group at the house. So she has Johnny Bravo giving out some toiletries to keep up with everyone. Yes. So everyone gets their little reaction, which is kind of funny. The ones that either don't need it or then the swingman, gold as always, is like, oh, free.
This is so old school, Karl. Like, it's free, I'll take it. Yeah, whatever.
If it's free, it's for me. That was a very good opening there.
I do like the Larry D and Jacob about the fight over a seat and Susie.
Oh yes, the Susie stuff's great.
I love the truce and it's a bow. I like that it's a ninja bow.
Fuji style.
Fuji style. It's like Larry just gives it up to Jake. It's great. And then Jake's all nervous around Susie.
And he's like, yeah. You can sit here.
Yeah.
So then the whole thing that obviously escalates in the Lish and Johnny Swinger getting into some conversation there.
Well, don't leave out Lish and Lish giving Susie some love advice.
Yes, starts with the love advice about a man, and then so Susie's receptive with. I don't know if we're not to believe that Jake, who's right next to her, isn't hearing this conversation, that she likes him. He's acting like he doesn't hear. But then they're having this open conversation. Oh, girl, I think he likes you. That's correct.
Think so?
Yeah, you think so? As Jake's just sitting there. But then the swingman decides to give his own relationship advice.
Of course. Got it. Come on, I've been around, up and down the roads. He butts in.
He butts in typical swinger style. And then Lish does not take kindly to this. So then we get our host makes an appearance, Tommy Dreamer. And
tell me about that. What he says, I can handle both of them, Daddy.
That's right. He does take handle both of them, which then gets our host to say, match time!
Match time! There's a long match time. Match time! Yeah, awesome. So the match coming up is Susie and Alicia versus Johnny Swinger in a handicap match.
Oh, and the outgoing say of that segment is Crazy Steve saying, like he does a little cancel culture there. He's like, yeah, that handicap, but nothing wrong with that.
Not really a bad thing.
Yeah, not a bad thing. Yeah.
I'm looking at the conversation here, and someone asked about someone that Johnny Swinger mentioned, and he mentioned Bob.
Oh, Bob Orton. He does. B.O.
B.O. He's like,
he does. That's a good line.
What's that?
Yeah, he goes with the elbow.
Yeah, he's like, because we're talking about. So Taya's like, we're talking about B.O. And he's like, oh, Bob Orton's here. Dude, Swinger is incredible. The two guys whose acting chops to me have just blown everything away are Johnny Swinger and Johnny Bravo. Like the way these two, especially Bravo. I look at Bravo and I'm like, this was a guy that nobody knew beyond being a referee to start. And the evolution of this guy and his acting, like he's just a great fucking actor at this point. Like the facial expressions and like he's a fucking sitcom actor, which is amazing.
You can buy that right now on Pro Wrestling Tees, 20% off.
Truck Rock. He just last week, Tommy Dreamer came out with his own match time shirt. So yeah,
There it is.
Let you know you can get it, and it's 20% off. But you should buy ours first.
You should buy ours first. And all orders over 150 get a free face mask though. So you buy a couple shirts while you're there. But
I don't think we have $150 worth of merch.
We have $60 worth of merch, but you can
just buy a bunch of shirts.
Yeah, give them up.
Yeah, give them to your it's Christmas in July. Oh wait, we're in August now. Never mind.
Speaking of a BO segment, have one for every day of the week.
There you go. There you go. Exactly. Cut Jaybone's mic in the meantime, please. Thank you. All right. The match though, Susie and Alicia taking on Swinger, and all he does is just throw the Mac at him through the match. And he flexes. He goes, come on, girls, you want to kiss? These biceps, and they double drop kick him into the ropes, and they just like he puts his arms around him at one point, like goes in the, and then they Russian leg sweep him.
Hey, this will make a great 8x10. Hey.
And then double wishbone, and they get double crossbody and 1, 2, 3 on a wishbone and a crossbody, which I can't remember the last time I saw that as a finish. But,
pretty old school moves during this one.
Lots of old school moves.
Russian leg sweep.
Seriously, a wishbone? Come on, shit.
Yeah.
But no, so then we go back to the house, and so Kylie's there. She's with Bravo, and she's like introducing herself to Bravo, and he's like, I'm really busy. I can't talk right now, you know. And she's like, she wants to talk to him about Rosemary, and she's basically saying like, we can't leave until you take the hint, because I gotta get back to the Impact Zone. I got a title shot. I can't get out of here until you take the hint. And then Bravo's like, I get it. I know Rosemary wants, right? And he heads off. Again, he literally is like a sitcom actor. Like it's fantastic. Hidden gem. I swear, man. This guy should go into fucking TV.
Yeah. I think we knew this last week. Yeah, because last week it was like the Johnny Swinger show. Mm-hmm. Sue, Jake, cousin Jake, they all stood out. But it was like, we didn't get a lot of Bravo last week. Right. He just had a little piece in there. But it's like, next week, would you want to see Bravo? We want to see Bravo break out. And this was the Bravo breakout episode.
Hear me out on something, guys. Let me get you guys' opinion on this. I feel like the majority of people, not all of them, in Wrestle House were all the characters on the roster who kind of like needed more acting chops, like their promo work to be like, get that little training for them, you know, to be like, it's a perfect place to like get exactly more your acting chops sharpened. It's like,
I agree.
Right? Like it's perfect for those like newer guys like AC and Larry D. Never been on TV before. Perfect. Let's let you guys brush up your acting chops a little bit. You know, obviously Taya's fantastic. Rosemary's great. So like you have your anchors who are kind of there.
Yeah.
The anchors.
Interspersed. Yeah.
Like Kylie, you know, she's new to TV. So like let's you kind of get your chops down here. Let's practice your work here. Jake and Cody. Cody's been around for a bit. Like Jake was always, he's newer. It's his first TV is being Impact. Get his chops on. Like it's a great place to kind of hone your craft a little bit. Alicia, I was gonna say is Alicia, who I've always been critical of her acting. Like she always feel like she's very script reading type. doing her best shit on fucking Wrestle House. Like today's episode,
it seems so natural. Yeah,
so natural. Oh, I was like, she sounds fantastic for the first time ever. I was like,
comfortable.
Yes, 100%. I'm like, she sounds great. For the first time, did not sound like she was reading from a script to me. And I've been constructively critical on that because I'm like, I want her to loosen up a little bit and just say it like you'd say it in a normal conversation. And
I've said that too. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
Because sometimes she'd feel real rigid. But today, first time ever, I felt like she was like, just that's how she talks. And it was perfect. That's where I think the real benefit of Wrestle House is, because you take all this practice that you guys are getting and you bring it to TV when they're all out of Wrestle House, and you're going to get some phenomenal promos, in-ring work. It's going to be great. Like, long-term benefit is fantastic.
A great experience for everybody involved right now.
And it's super over. Like, it's already super over, so I like it.
Hashtag Wrestle House.
Hashtag Wrestle House, and hashtag can we get extended cuts on Impact Plus? That's my
please.
Yeah, we're all about that Impact Plus.
Or a blooper reel.
A blooper will be fantastic. When this is over, give me a blooper reel.
Can I also just add to the whole Wrestle House train of thought is that this is a great way to get multiple storylines going without having to worry about a win-loss situation with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah, it's perfect. Like you can set up so much. You can set up like 6 months of story out of this. And I think it's perfect.
Agreed.
Twitch update, guys. Truck Rocket has one more sub to give out on Twitch. He's got 4 out. That's very, very generous off what he's done today. Now 5 subscriptions for Twitch, and you guys can sub our channel with him. He's got one more to give. I don't know what the criteria is. Be nice to him, you know. I don't know what the criteria to get one, but somebody definitely get it.
Yeah, and if you guys support Wrestle House like I do, like I think everyone here does.
Yeah.
Oh, the After Dark. That's a good idea. They Shop Impact has Wrestle House T-shirts.
Yeah.
Really?
In a variety of colors.
A full-on
It's fantastic.
Yeah. Full Wrestle House merchandise section.
I think we should all get Wrestle House T-shirts.
I think so.
It's got its own section on the web, on the Shop Impact.
It's fantastic.
Oh, I have to show you guys something. Look at this. Speaking of Shop Impact, I got to show you guys.
Oh no, it got there.
Look at this. After waiting for 2 months.
Wow.
I got it.
Oh, it's here.
Yay.
It was one piece?
One piece. Looking clean. If anybody knows the saga of this DVD, I ordered it Memorial Day weekend. I ordered on the pre-order. So I got lost on pre-order. My order never went through. I got my T-shirts. I never got my DVD. And I chased it. I had to go to the UK store and be like, guys, do you know what happened to my order? The UK store got a hold of it. Bugged them. Got everything taken care of. They get it shipped out finally, and then the USPS is.
Oh no!
Yeah, because they're limited to because of COVID. They got less processing going on, so I had to wait another month for USPS to get it to me. But it got here in one piece. So I finally got it.
Yeah, that's good.
I was like joking. These things gonna show up all scuffed and dead, and
tire tracks on it.
Yeah, got here in one piece. So
did you pre-order Slammiversary?
I did not. I'm going to order it when it's in stock.
Yeah, I'll wait on that one.
Because I never do the pre-orders and I on anything. Because I always have a feeling like, I always wonder if they'll get fucked somehow. And that happened for me. So I'm going to wait till it's stocked and then I'm going to order it with maybe a Wrestle House t-shirt. But so this is good. So yeah, just to put a bow on the Wrestle House thing. It was good. I like where we left it. But definitely give us. I would love an extended cut for Impact Plus. That'd be really cool. The flashback. Now, Bill had an interesting take. The flashback this week was Sami beating Cage for the world title in Windsor, where you were at, right, Bill? You were at that.
Yes. In the cage, yep.
And
cage in the cage.
And then we later find out that the open challenge is Sami Callihan for the world title.
Yeah, as soon as they showed that small, and it was a brief flashback, as soon as they did it during the watch along, I'm like, yeah, maybe Sami's coming out tonight.
He's been hinting
because they've been doing a good job lately. That flashback, it's a clue. Yeah. If you like the whole teasers at the end going into Slammiversary that were clues, pay attention to flashback now. Because I know there's people that are critical of the flashback, but now it's being used. You had the guns, you had Sami. There's storylines with the flashback, so
interesting.
Pay attention.
there's been a lot of beer money flashbacks. You guys noticed that lately?
Yeah.
Well, that one was the Twitch one, but they have had some James Storm stuff earlier, so I do agree with you. But they keep replaying those Twitch things when they need something. They've done that twice in a couple weeks. That's like on the queue in case Melissa has issues.
Yeah, it's true. She's got issues again. Run the James Storm shit. Team with some James Storm fucking hints. I would love for James Storm to come back. That'd be great, though.
That would be great. Only if he brings that little cooler scooter.
The Boozer Cruiser.
The Boozer Cruiser, right?
Boozer Cruiser.
J-Bone, you still got your Boozer Cruiser from back when you used to do those drunken go-kart races and shit?
No, my big wheel went off a cliff. No.
Oh, I like this. When Melissa has issues. Yeah, no shit. No fucking kidding. I swear the feud of the year, as voted by Total Nonstop Impact listeners, has been Melissa versus technology this year. It's been incredible. I swear to God. I'm like, can we just be the in-between? We'll do it for free. Anyway, before we get to the title match, though, we had a little run-in here. The Good Brothers got set the fuck up.
Sure did.
On a drunk driving. All right, so they're heading back to the truck. The doors are open, and Karl's like, "You leave the doors?" He's like, "What the hell? So you leave the doors open?" He's like, "You drove." He's like, "What the hell?" And there's a bunch of beer cans around the driver's side, and the cops roll up. And they're like, "What's going on here?"
That's our beer.
Yeah, like it's our beer. The cops are like, "What's going on here?" They're open containers. And they're like, "It's not our alcohol. What are you guys talking about?" And then Ace Austin just comes up and starts trashing. "Officer, it's so good that you're here. Like, these guys are a bunch of booze hounds, and oh my God, endangering everybody."
And it's like, it's obviously them. It's their brand.
Yeah, exactly. Gallows gets all pissed off. He goes after Ace, and Fulton attacks, gets elbowed away, and the police officer then goes after Gallows, gets hit. Gallows realizes he hits an officer, tries to apologize.
It's like, my bad. Come on.
Dude, he gets handcuffed, gets taken away, and Austin tells Gallows, "Let him know how prison food tastes," which was a nice little cherry on top. And then Addison tries to level with the police. They're like, "No." So it was like, oh shit. So he gets arrested for hitting a fucking cop, man.
Ace Austin is like the Joker of Impact Wrestling at this point.
Yes, that's so perfect. Even though he's Gambit, but
well, I mean, here's my theory is that if he's a face, he's Gambit. When he's a heel, he's the Joker.
Yeah, true. That's a good point. But no, it was I mean, I gotta say, it's kind of ballsy to do a storyline when you're hitting a fucking cop. Like in today's climate, I'm like, shit, man. In today's
go there.
Like Degrassi.
Yeah.
It was purely accidental.
I do.
And it's not worse than when Richie got ran over.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
They did run over. I mean, they ran over a fucking child.
A child. Yeah, that was a bit much.
You know what? Gallows should have done. He wasn't wearing a mask.
I will say that Impact has always had the balls to push some limits. And that the one thing they don't have credit for on storylines is they've done edgy shit that like other companies won't even touch. You know, they've touched race,
murder,
sexuality, ageism, drunk driving, fucking, hitting cops. Like they've and all within like not with distastefully. It's obviously within story, but they've gone there. I said running over a kid was probably by the topper. Like no one has the ball to do that, but I give it to them. They don't get enough credit for really pushing the envelope that much. So I don't know.
I gotta say, when I was reviewing that, and that was before I came on this show, I was very critical of that segment.
Waterboarding,
yeah.
Waterboarding before. Fuck, they've
the
done
Sandman. Oof.
I'm telling you, they've done a lot of stuff, man. They've done some wicked shit back in over the years. But here, okay, tie this in real quick, guys. The flashback after this whole thing was, I think, from what I got noted. Tell me if I'm wrong. Was it the? Oh no, sorry. I already mentioned there was no other flashback after this, right?
No, there was only that one, but this showed on Twitch due to issues.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, so I feel the beer money winning their first tag team title in 2008.
But you're right. That's something that just keep in the back of your head, though. Still, even though that wasn't technically for the TV audience, that's obviously there for a reason on the dial a clip.
That's what I'm saying. It's always it's the one to go to right away. You go to the beer money. You can show anything you want. You got 20 years of history. They're gonna show beer money.
Yeah, no disciples in a new church. Beer money.
I've been petitioning for this, guys. Can we start kicking out some old school TNA images and stuff? Disciples of New Church, 10A and West, some Sonny Siaki, some Mike Sanders, and all the shit we're watching. Cage dancers, we're watching all that stuff, man. Lately,
Lollipop.
So much old school stuff. Start putting that stuff back out. I'm excited for this week's throwback, which you do on Thursday nights, by the way. So I'm looking forward to it. But and by the way, Jaybone got me a very special picture I'm going to share on Twitter on We Talk Impact on Twitter tomorrow. Ties into our conversation on Throwback last week. I'm not going to ruin the surprise, but take a look tomorrow. He got me a very special still image to share. Take a look tomorrow afternoon at some point, guys. All right. So Sami Callihan answered the challenge, Eddie Edwards' challenge, and right when Sammy's coming out, RVD attacks him from behind. He just takes him out. And then Katie's taunting him.
It's working in the background. She twerked into the camera view. Yes.
She was Trenny Forbes style of twerking.
Only one Trenny Forbes, my friend.
Did you mention Brian Myers?
I did not mention. Was that Brian? I had the Brian. Oh, yeah. Right before this. You're right. Let me throw that on the little Brian Myers tease.
I believe it was the same as last week. I think it was the same one as last week. I don't think there was anything different.
We got a logo this time.
Yeah, it's the logo at the end. His
Matt's
New York
logo.
background is Queen's background.
Trust the process, he says.
He does say trust the process. He's kind of taking that from Philly, but I'll allow it.
He's a Long Island guy taking it from Philly, huh?
It's all stuff he was told from his former employer.
Yeah. The brass ring.
That was ingrained in his brain. And now he's like, okay, he's done with that. This is a whole new chapter.
That's true. Do you guys notice online these recently departed guys who are now in Impact? They take like slight little shots. Like I don't think any of them are ever going back to WWE at all. Like they're taking shots left and right. Like
no fear.
No fear. I think at this point they're like, "Fucking man! Like I'm gonna ride it out here."
What are they gonna do?
Wait, is that any of these dudes really want to go back there anyway? Like I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good point. I don't think any of them do really because they're all very liberally taking shots online.
Yeah.
And some of those, this is the second time they were fired.
Enough's enough.
That picture after the last tapings, I think it's Tommy Dreamer's picture. Slight.
Yeah, it's the full-on shot.
It was on Tommy Dreamer's Twitter, and there was a big group photo of all of them together, and they were all grabbing their crotch and doing this.
But so, grab their crotch. I didn't see that.
Anderson was.
Yeah, Anderson. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Angry Tenay face.
Angry Tenay face. Angry Tenay face. We have the Angry Tenay face emote, guys, on Twitch. Use that.
And we were asked during the watch along. Everyone wants. They're clamoring for the Johnny Swinger.
It's coming. I'll talk to Skull about it. I'll talk to Skull. He might be watching. If he's watching, he'll put it together for us. He'll get it. So Sami still goes on with the match. Like he struggles into the match. Then he limps in. So you got your little out right there, right? He's hurt. He's already at, according to North, 40%. He's at 40% going into this. So Sami goes in. But I love these two are probably one of the best feuds in Impact history. I'd put this up as one of the best feuds over the last 18 years. Like they got chemistry, no doubt. And Sami and Eddie always had chemistry. The match was fantastic. There's not much more I can say other than it was really awesome. Huh, Bill? Like these two fucking.
Yeah. This one, obviously, like I said, when the flashback, I thought it could happen, and I thought that was a great way to make it happen, like with not being a pay-per-view match or something where you would expect, because Sami never had his rematch.
Never had his rematch.
He's never had his rematch, so you're like, okay, the way you're doing this with the attack by Rob Van Dam, you get him involved because you need some Rob Van Dam. Like that, obviously, that's the storyline with Sami right now. But you also can have Eddie have a good match title defense, and really, it doesn't hurt Sami. But the thing that I really got out of this, because you're right about the chemistry. The chemistry is great with these guys.
Yeah.
But I know Sami and the Ken, where they did that tag team, and it's like, he wants to be a tag team specialist and all. And I'm just thinking, watching this match with their chemistry, at some point, when Eddie's not champion, Sami and Eddie as a tag team.
Oh,
I want to see it. I want to see that tag team.
I would not mind that. They got great chemistry, man.
They do.
Like, if they work that well together, like against each other, I'm sure it'd be just as good as tag team partners. It'd be like MG, like when they said in the interview, it's like, we just started working and it was all there. Like, I think they would just have a natural chemistry in the ring together. They obviously do. As partners, I think they'd be fantastic. Yeah. And Eddie's obviously working with Davey Richards, Roderick Strong. Like he's he can tag with anybody too. And Sami, I think he needs that right partner. And I think Eddie could be it. If there's a long term, we're talking probably 21, 22 era. But with their history, I think it'd be a great angle to go into if these guys aren't in a world title scene at some point.
But you guys like me, I feel like Sami should get another title run, though.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I'm saying. Way down the line. But I think tonight definitely proved that Sami can't be out of that picture. Like, you got to keep him in that picture.
I think it's reasons beyond everybody's predictions as to why he's not currently in it, and they had to rewrite a lot of crap due to everything that's happened over this COVID and speaking out and everything.
And
Tessa, can I just say though, in regards to like Eddie Edwards, is that at one point during this, I would like for him to nonchalantly address like that he hasn't seen Alisha in a while.
Yeah. I think that'd be awesome.
She did mention Wrestle House that she's married this one.
You're right.
She reminds us, right? Like,
and so, like, next week, Eddie should be like, has anyone seen Alicia?
Like, where's my wife, man?
Where's
his house?
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
You're right, though. I would like them to do that. Like, can I see my wife?
Just like middle of a promo, I'll be like, by the way.
Did anybody know what my wife is? Like, shit.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That would be fucking hilarious. I would like that. Eddie does win with 2 Boston knee parties, right? It was
yeah.
But
kicked
Sami,
his skull in.
Yes. Sami though almost used a chair, but then had second thoughts, right? And it was like Josh played that
Sami.
up. Yeah.
Face turn Sami Callihan.
Sami Callihan. But even Josh, like, did he had a change of heart? Like, oh, he was going to use that chair. What happened?
He wanted the strap, man. The title means everything to Sami.
It does, but not enough to cheat this time. So.
Well, he would have been DQ'd. The ref was
right. Yeah. Yes, that's true. That's true. Brandon Tolley, I think, was a referee.
Yeah, Brandon Tolley was on this.
Yes.
Our buddy ref Dan, he was still
nursing his nuts,
icing something.
Eddie, where's my wife? I like it. We'll see. I would like more. Definitely give more context to some of these title opportunities week to week, like at least the Sami one. Well, not even the Sami one. Really, there was really no setup for it, right? It's like we need something, unless it's purely open challenge.
It is purely open, but they did set up with the flashback, and Josh was really going over the history as the match started. So but unless you're a new, but there are a lot of. I think there are a lot of new eyes on Impact that might not know that history with the baseball bat and everything. So it was a quick way to get it over. But you're right, in that open challenge, you're not going to, because they're going to go different directions with the open challenge, because Trey, obviously, because he was in the match.
Yeah.
Sami has a claim to it. But you can bring anybody. My guess is Brian Myers might be one of these guys that does the open challenge.
Agreed.
No date.
Because I think they're going to keep pushing the Sami RVD feud.
Yeah, that's where it's definitely going. But I also do want it to make sense. Like, I don't want it to be a thing where it's like anybody can come off the street and I'm going to challenge your title. It's like, wait a minute, there's a bunch of people here in the locker room who should get a title shot first.
Well, it seems like it's open challenge, but Eddie gets almost like a veto power. Like, he has to agree to give you that shot. You deserve that shot.
Okay,
at least that's how they played it with Trey, and we didn't see it happen in a backstage segment. But obviously, Sami, he's not going to deny Sami a shot at it.
Agreed.
Okay, I like that. As long as there's logic built into it, because one of the things I heard, and I'm not an AEW guy, and I know that they're doing like an open challenge for one of their titles, right? For which Cody's defending, and it's been a bunch of like Eddie Kingston, like a bunch of indie guys keep coming at him, and it's like somebody poked a great hole in the logic. They're like, you have a locker room full of guys. None of these guys who are signed or challenging for this title. It's a bunch of indie guys can just walk in, essentially like jobbers to the main. They're not signed. They're just essentially a jobber can just walk in and say, "Well, I want to try out that title." It's like, who the fuck are you? What about all these signed guys over here? You know,
well, Trent, we don't want to go off the rails, but you know why they're doing that.
Come on. I know why. I know why from that point of view. I'm just saying, like, from a logic.
Feed me more.
Yeah, casual.
That's an easy way just to go over a bunch of guys.
I know.
Yeah.
But I always say from the casual fan point of view, always view from the casual, the channel flipper guy who's flipping channels, who decides to watch one week and maybe decides to watch another week, you know, and say, hey, what's the logic? Like, what's behind all this?
Mm-hmm.
And you got to have some kind of tie-into sense to that. And that, if it's like this, as long as you keep the logic in this, I'm okay with it. I'm cool with it. Plus, you get a great match out of it. I'm cool with that. And I'm not trying to hate on Eddie Kingston. Everybody thinks I work with Eddie Kingston a lot. I work with him quite a bit at AEW. I made
former
that
Impact guy.
Yeah, former Impact guy. I love Eddie. Don't get me wrong. I look at it from a complete logic point of view. I'm just looking at it from a business standpoint. I always use the metaphor of like, if my dad's flipping channels, what's going to make him stop and then make him tune back in? You know, is it guys he's seeing on the show? Is it guys who look like they belong there? Is it guys who are signed? Just all the different points aligned.
Yeah, it's your audience. It's who you're catering to. And Impact's catering to a different audience than another promotion is.
True.
So everyone, because obviously there's a segment of the wrestling community out there that's a big independent base that will just pop for, I can see that favorite independent guy on TV.
Yeah.
But once again, that's not a casual. That's not a mass appeal strategy. That's a segmented strategy. And that's what works. But I'm with you. I'm more casual. You want to get that casual, long-time viewer, not a 1 week blip on the radar.
Right. And that's the idea. It's like, to me, that's what draws the rating. The rating is drawn by you. Exactly what Daniel Spencer saying. You want to win the casual fans who you want to win, because the wrestling fans are going to watch anyway. What made it 8 million people in the 90s was the casual fans going, dude, I want to check this out. Oh, what is this? Let me tune in again. You didn't have before.
It was the water cooler chat. Everybody was talking about it. Like, oh my God, what did Stone Cold do last night? You know, that's.
And then they stay. You got to get those people. You know, that's who you want to attract. And I think
they're gonna be like that Doc Gallows. He got arrested.
Exactly. But I think honestly and unbiased, I gotta say, Impact out of all the companies does the best casual approach, because they write something for everybody. There's women's matches, there's women in strong positions, there's comedy, there's hardcore matches, there's different ethnicities represented. That's another thing too Impact doesn't get enough credit for. They have women and minorities in high places at all times, always have, where a lot of companies never did. And it's like, especially at a time like today's climate where that's big talk, this company's never had that issue. They've always put people in power and people in top spots around those times, in those positions, and it's never been a question with Impact. And I think that's one of the things. Capital, I remind people that, hey, we've always been doing that. We've empowered intergender years ago. You know, Kid Cash was fighting Trinity 18 years ago on pay-per-view. Like, we did that a long time ago.
Trinity was a hidden treasure, man. I wish she was still around. She was doing moonsaults off the top of the cages before all of them.
I love Trinity. Alicia, we talk about her a lot on the Throwback, because she's like right at that peak right now.
Oh, perfect.
We're trying to hopefully get her for an interview. Like, we talked to Goldie.
That'd be great.
Yeah, we talked to Goldie. We had her on, and Goldie's like we'll try to work it in through Goldilocks. So I'm
fingers crossed.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, if we can get the duo, because I think that would definitely be the open line of communication would be through Goldie. More us. I mean, but more Goldie than us. Excuse me.
Right.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
I'm hoping we can get Trinity. It'd be amazing to get her on because she's been kind of gone. Like one thing we discovered though last week on Throwback, we were looking her up, and apparently she appeared on the one night only like Knockouts Knockdown, one last appearance in like 2014. Out of or 2016, like out of nowhere.
Yeah, I do remember that too. Yeah, just
crazy.
one and done.
One and done. After being gone for like 7 years, she shows up, and then that was it. Like it was the last we heard of her. But she's not celebrated enough, you know. It's like fuck, we got
to knockdown, hidden gems.
Holy hidden gem. It's probably an Impact Plus. All right, we're back to Wrestle House, guys, and I just laugh when I just think of Wrestle House. Rosemary is waiting for Taya to distract Kylie Rae. I'm sorry, no. Well, first off, before I can get to the match, Ray's talking with Bravo to see if it's okay, if he's okay, as he leaves the house with his luggage. Like he's taking off, he's trying to get out of there. And then Rosemary and Taya are both looking for Bravo now. They run to Kylie and they're like, "Where'd he go? Where'd he go?" And she's like, she tells them about like Bravo needing to take the hint. Like she told him he needs to take the hint. Rosemary's super mad and really pissed off at Kylie getting involved in all this. And it's time for Bill.
She asked for Tommy to come for match time.
We need to add the soundbite, guys. We need match time. We definitely need to get match time in here. So it's Kylie Rae versus Rosemary, which it's kind of a dream match. In a lot of ways.
Yeah. People have been asking for this.
I would love to see that match. That's a good match, like ready to happen in a real ring too. Like I love to see it in an actual setting, like in the.
But where are you going to get the swingman on commentary outside the ring?
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. That is very true. Let's go ahead and talk about it. So go ahead and set that up, Bill. Set up what we get now. We get the match now.
So we get the match. So Cody Deaner ref the first one the first match, but we know because Cody he came with that ref shirt. But now we get Taya as the ref Taya in this match.
First time refereeing.
Yeah, first time referee. And then I think Johnny says, "I like the looks of this referee."
You guys swing.
There you go. So we know we're going to get some interesting back and forth during this match with her as the referee. And pretty soon we see she's going to be a little bit of a slow counter as Kylie Rae gets in this. But Kylie does her. She wants to be pretty friendly in the ring with Rosemary, at least to start. But then it starts getting a little more aggressive as we go along. Mm-hmm. But obviously the tables turn when a familiar face appears at ringside and starts cheering for Rosemary. We get the return of that Johnny Bravo.
He was all in, man. He was all in. Rosemary.
Everyone just looks at him and stops cheering. so he can be the focus. But this kind of winds up resulting in a distraction to Rosemary. Yeah. And then the Kylie kick as she turns around for the, even though it was very slow, the 1, 2, 3, because Rosemary's pretty much out.
Yeah, he was done.
But then obviously Johnny gets in to tend to Rosemary as Taya is very going up on the top turnbuckle saying about my best friend. But Rosemary suggests maybe maybe we do this in secret. Maybe we keep this hidden. But then Taya, she's all over Bravo because she had to make her own sangria. She wasn't happy about that. So she pulls him out of the ring. So, but then he's kind of mouthing the Rosemary, so sweet nothings as he goes out the ring. So we're gonna have to see where this evolves to. This is going to be the big Wrestle House storyline. I feel moving forward is this is because this was the big feud in the Gauntlet back at Slammiversary, and we're going to see where the Johnny Bravo Rosemary
extra virgin
extra virgin.
Although, did anybody catch the Three Stooges reference Kylie did to Rosemary?
No.
Yeah, she did.
She did the whole finger to the eyes and or grab the nose.
Did. Yeah, she did. I got your nose. I got your nose.
Yeah, that was great.
That was the perfect use of something like that.
Yeah, she did it and then flipped it into a pin.
I did not even catch that.
Liar! That's not my nose. Liar.
Didn't Taya take Bravo out by his ear afterwards? Like drag him out? She's like, get over here, get out of here. And then I like the cut to Rosemary in the stooge room, just going as long as it takes.
That was hilarious. I died
Trent,
when
we
they did
went full circle, Trent.
Yeah.
You mentioned your favorite Full House character.
Yeah,
Stephanie Tanner. Taya's last quote going out of the ring was, "How rude."
Yes, it was.
Good years.
You're right. How rude. I'm like, you know it's a Full House shout out. I mean, come on. Taya's around the generation that watched it. You know, it's a Full House shout out for sure. I love that. Again, I could watch an hour of Wrestle House, honestly.
Yeah, it's grown on me. Since its debut, it's really warmed my heart. I like it.
Shop Impact, get the shirts, every color under the rainbow of Wrestle House, 90s neon colors.
But when this is over, I really do. I like the idea. Put Jaybone, I think you said it right. Put the blooper reel on Impact Plus, because that'd be fucking gold to watch the blooper reel on this.
Yeah, I want to see. I want to see the outtakes from this.
That'd be hilarious, or just full bonus episode, something. All right, we're backstage. Anderson is on the phone with Gallows, saying he'll be there as soon as possible to bust him out. Ace Austin rolls up, starts taunting Anderson, and we all reacted to this in the watch along. I love that it was so the real reaction of this guy pulls. He just started punching him right away. He's like, "Oh, you fucking asshole!" He starts punching. It wasn't so scripty where like there's a dialogue exchange and a bunch of shit. It was like he rolled up on him. He's like, "Oh, hey, what's up, man? Sorry to hear about your buddies." Fucking, he just starts knocking him out.
That's the Good Brothers right there.
I liked it. Friends of the show, by the way, we had him on. If you guys missed the interview last Friday, we had him on at 12:40 in the afternoon Central Time, 12:40 in the afternoon for about a half hour, and they had a blast with us. So they had a good time. But no, it's cool. Fulton pops in. They take out Anderson. They get a few shots in. So Broom Handle gets involved and everything. It was a brawl. We got Hernandez backstage looking for that $63? No, was it $60?
Something like that. It's roughly $60. I know everyone on the watch along, exclusively on Twitch every week, Tuesday. They were all noting that that's a lot of work for $60.
It's a lot of work for $60. It's a lot of work for $60.
Crazy.
He basically hires Reno Scum to get it back.
Yes.
So Reno
they're taking the challenge here. So now we have two things going on there.
Yes. So we got Reno Scum.
We have Kimberly taking care of Jordan for Deonna, and now we have Reno Scum taking care of Rhino to get that $60.
Yes, $60. All that for $60. We cut right to the match. Now, this was probably this is a really good match. Bey and Rohit taking on TJP and Fallah. This has been hyped up a little bit. This was a crucial match because you really wanted everybody to look good here. Everybody's got to stay strong in some capacity. Great match. I thought this was. Now I don't want I'm not going to get into every single move here, but a couple of call outs was Rohit's with that running knee that he does is phenomenal. Knee lift is incredible. He hit it awesome. TJ looked strong as shit. Fallah looked great. Bey looked good too, but what they did was the end comes here where Bey taps out to TJP's his arm breaker, which is a very interesting finish, right, Jay? Like the current champion taps out to TJ, who now has a title shot. I think at Emergence, right, Bill? Is that what it at Emergence?
I don't know if they officially announced it, but obviously the lead-in last week was like the whole Rohit angle was TJP's gunning for that title. So obviously now that he made him tap out, he lost the match on Tuesday. That he's going to have now a title shot, and it just there's a couple of these unannounced like EC3 Moose. I think it were the same thing here. My guess is, who knows? As we were doing this, Aftershock was on Twitter. I'm sure we're going to get a new some more announcements coming very soon for that.
Yeah.
So a couple of good points in the chat here, like that Bey tapped out quick. He didn't try to fight it out, which I thought was interesting too. It really puts over TJ more, if anything. Rise of Rohit's he's got a new music. So I missed the new music. I didn't hear the new music. It was good. Is it good? Okay, I missed the new music. We were talking. I totally missed the new music. So I heard he's got. But as Bill pointed out, he's got the same Tron though. That threw me off. The same video. So we got to at least get the new video up there.
Yeah, still the Desi His Squad, Rohit. So maybe it's in pieces. Maybe next week we see a little else. We see something else. Oh, the TNI curse, the Good Brothers.
I like that. Zach
a fancy jacket.
That's true. He had a fancy jacket on. I do like to call back here to the last segment. Zach Bond for saying the TNI curse continues because now the Good Brothers who appeared on our show a couple days ago have not been arrested. So it just continues, guys.
It gets worse and worse.
The tweet from Ethan Page was hilarious. He tweeted out at Doc Gallows. He's like, bro, you've been on the show 3 weeks and you get arrested? What's up with that?
Already got arrested. What the hell? No, it was interesting though. So this thing with TJ, I don't know, man. Interesting take, right, Jay? Rohit does not eat the pin on this. He doesn't get pinned. The champion taps. TJ gets a shot. What does it open up for Rohit here? And I'll give my thought. Give me yours. I have a thought on it, but let me hear yours first. We'll go around. Everybody give your thoughts. I think this is interesting. This is bigger. I think this is bigger than we kind of think it is. I think there's something that's going to lead into something from this. Go ahead, Jay.
Well, yeah, there is a big picture here because wasn't Rohit trying to put himself over to Bey as in I can protect you?
Yes.
He failed.
So he failed to protect his buddy.
He didn't come in, he should have. I mean, there was a lot. He did a great job in this match. But when it counted the most, he could have came in, he could have dove on TJP, gave him an elbow or something and quick zipped out of the ring just to break up the submission hold. Something.
Interesting. What do you think, Alicia? What's possible to come out of this?
Well, I don't know what's possible, but I just think that everything happens for a reason, and slowly but surely they're giving us these little clues that he's on the rise.
And so he didn't get pinned, he's safe.
Yeah.
What's your take, Bill? Because I'm gonna give Cher mine a second, but give me yours. I want to hear everybody else's.
Yeah, that's a good point. He didn't get pinned. That's a good point.
He didn't get pinned.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't get pinned. But I think obviously with this angle with Rohit, there's gonna be he's gonna be that next contender after TJP is what I think. And how that happens is we'll see how this title defense goes with Bey and TJP, but Rohit is still going to be like same thing. Oh man, sorry that happened. I was dealing with Fallah Bahh, man. He took my time, but I'll be there for you and win this match, and maybe it will come close. I don't think Chris Bey would lose the title, but there's going to be something that happens during there. Maybe Rohit hits Chris Bey and he almost loses the title. And then that will roll into a Rohit X Division title storyline with Chris Bey.
Yes. That's where I'm thinking. I'm thinking it goes where it's like, you didn't get my back. You were supposed to watch me. It's like, no, screw you. You're the one who tapped out. I didn't do shit. You tapped out and blah, blah, blah. Back and forth fight. Maybe Rohit costs him or maybe something happens. Maybe he gets Bey DQ'd for during the title shot. Bey gets blamed, a little more blame game type of thing, and then it leads to these two fighting, and then Rohit finally, please God, getting this title, please. So it could go that way. Basically, the dissension in the ring, and it could be a whole monster ploy by Rohit that he's like, I just worked you from the inside. Weakened you, got to know your weaknesses, and I'm going to take you out now. So. That's where I'm thinking it's going. I'm thinking that you have a bit of a slower burn. I'm thinking Bound for Glory up for this one. This is going to stretch out because you got to get through TJ the end of this month. Maybe another set of tapings that's going to take you to Bound for Glory. So could be Bound for Glory, could be those tapings. Either one, I think something's going to happen at some point there, soon at least. So all right, this is a final segment here, guys. Rich Swann. This is going to go down in some history right here, man. Swann, very serious, going to make his announcement. He comes out, he's dressed up, fully dressed up, cast on the foot again, and we see some clips that remind us about his return at Slam, the whole thing with Eric Young, the back and forth, what Eric did to him. And he cuts a very, like Jay, you said, a lump in throat, man. Promo
Dude,
here, huh?
When I was done watching the episode, besides what happened in the last 20 seconds, yeah, I had because when everybody started coming out, watch this going to happen again. When everybody started, damn.
Poor Jay. What are you eating there, Jay? What do you got? A burger? You got a steak? What are you choking on? You guys die, guys. Bill, take over. This guy, the last 5 shows, he's been having dinner. You won't believe it. The Talking Shop of Mania. We're doing. I mean, it was a shit show as it was. I go to Jay. Go, Jay, what do you think? And he's just like, he's down here. I just see like this side of him. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like,
that's what she said.
I'm eating my pizza. I'm chomping out. He thought he could sneak a slice of pizza during me setting up a fucking match. And I go, yeah, so I don't know, Jay, what really happened there? And he's like, oh, the fucking Good Brothers. He's like, he'll tap out eventually and be like, sorry, dude, I was fucking eating, man. I was like,
at that point, just say, Chad, too bad.
See, Jaybone, on Talking Shop of Mania, you can get away with it. That's a shit show. This is the flagship show. I need you. Kyle left. I thought the unprofessionalism left with him, and you're bringing me to this point.
It's too many lollipops. I'm sorry.
Enough of the lollipops. Cutting your mic.
I like 5 of them tonight.
Cutting your mic. Bill, take over.
Well, I agree. I agree there with. With Jay,
I had an opinion. What the hell?
that the obviously it was a very serious promo from Rich. He goes through the struggle of the injury, coming back, like that he defied the odds, like showed you Doc. But then obviously Eric Young had other plans, so now he's looking at his family after wrestling. So pretty much he's like, I'm retired. I'm gonna retire. And then obviously, in 15 years, I think I mentioned it before. I saw him when he was 16, and he wasn't even allowed to wrestle yet, but he was doing flips in the ring. But it's like, and then I'm like, I'm thinking this whole time, EY. Well, where's he gonna play in this? But then when the locker room comes out and does the traditional hit the mat. Yeah, hit the mat. That's real. That's as I like to say, the hard sell. And that's like, you don't usually play with that. Like, that's like throwing a boot in the ring, and like that's serious. So like when that's there, it's like, oh, all right, this is feeling pretty legit right there. But then when he's doing his solo walk up the ramp, you had a feeling something may not be right. But as like we were watching that last minute tick, it's like, okay, all right, where's it going to end? But then obviously we get a little surprise. We get a little surprise there, possibly a surprise, maybe not a surprise to everybody. But obviously EY, he's quick. He's quick to act and goes right after that leg. And lickety split, he's out of there before the whole locker room chases him down. But he's a world-class maniac.
So the brilliance of this moment is how far they took you to that 9 o'clock on the dot, right? Because or 10 o'clock for you guys, but to the hour, let's say, right? Like, because they had everybody come out, like you said, and you're like, shit, like, because he announces I'm retired. I do what's best for my family. Eric Young fucked me. I got no choice. 15 years, thank you. And Rich is a phenomenal emotion guy. Like, I'm feeling it. We lose if a guy can make you lose yourself for a second and forget
he's doing his job.
Yeah, forget that you're watching a TV show. You're like, holy shit. And the fact that they took it, like I said, locker room comes out. I'm like, okay, we're at the last minute. They're helping him out of the ring. He's going up the ring, and they're like, Josh is signing off at this point. Like, he's signing off. I'm like,
oh yeah, like you're ready for the credits to go over as he's just walking up the ramp and he does his little turn to say goodbye.
And I said, I'm like this. I think this is it. We're going off the air with this. And then the attack, and then Kurgle's thing brings up a good point. The length of the promo makes it feel real.
It wasn't long.
you know.
And how he did it, it was slow.
Yeah.
It was low tone. It was
So
methodical. It was emotional. He had tears on his face. They did this. I don't know if you guys remember this. They showed the boot. Then they did this slow pan, and then they showed his face as he slowly turned around. They got that look, and they got the tears on his cheeks. It's like, oh, fuck, this is real.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, it made me for a second, oh, shit. Like, maybe he really did re-agitate it at Slammiversary. You know, maybe it wasn't ready. All those thoughts go through your head. If they can make you think that, they did their job. But
there was a ton going into this because Jay's right about how they did the camera angle there. But even Rich, when he first comes out, he's looking down as he starts talking. Like he's speaking almost to the ground because like he's down, he's dejected, and he's slow. He's low, like he's low. He's slow. He's methodical in how he speaks. Then he starts picking his head up, and he starts raising his voice until he starts getting like he's animated. And then it was a whole story being told in that whole promo. It was, and obviously Rich he always cuts a good promo, but he was on his game here. Like he took it to that next level.
Yeah, dude. And then as Critical Sting pointed out, well, so when he goes up to the end, he's at the end, and Eric Young just snips out real quick.
Yeah.
I fucking lost it. Like my reaction was like everybody who was watching on the watch, I legit was like, what the fuck? and then he shatters. He hits him with the crutch, and the fucking crutch is just shattered. Like this crutch is just to shit. And I'm like, what the hell is happening? This guy legit broke his leg. Like I know he did. I know he broke the leg. And I'm like, how the it was mind-boggling.
Yeah, it was wild.
Right? Like it was.
And Rich really played it well.
Oh man. That guy can go to Hollywood. I'm telling you, when this is over, like he's got me. And then Eric Young was out of there quick. Like they rushed. You know, he got out of there. They all, what the fuck are you doing? And then and the brilliance of the directing here was the zoom in on him, like on the close up of the agony. You know, of just that agony he's in, and you're just feeling it. You're like,
yeah.
Right, like Alicia, you kind of do question, like, man, maybe he really is hurt. Like for that split second, you're like, maybe he really is hurt. Fuck.
But you know what I got from that is the switch in character, and we're getting a Rich Swann heel turn.
Okay, yeah. So some people were saying that. So now, what made you think?
Interesting.
Where are you getting that?
Because I feel like EY is going to be one of those characters that when you face him, he's going to take people to their absolute limits. And we often find in storylines like that, when a person's taken to their limits, they change. They have to change to adapt to what they're being put up against. And EY is nothing. I mean, he had his feud with Sami that was pretty brutal, but he's never seen anything like EY.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. That's a good point.
And look what happened to Eddie. Yeah, that's a great point. Eddie went completely batshit bonkers
after going from for Sami. Exactly.
I think there's a lot. This could honestly headline this could main event the company. Like this is a blood feud at this point.
Yeah.
And the brilliance of Impact. There's so many top tier feuds going on that like any one of them can just be the flagship feud. But this one, the way it made people feel something, and as the week goes on, people rewatch it, people watch it on DVR, the people who watch the online clip, the more people see this one, they're gonna be like, shit, this there's some meat on the bone on this one.
Yeah, this is gonna be a feud of the year type thing going on.
Agreed.
And it's gonna steal the shows, just the storyline along with the actual match, the payoff match, because both these guys can go at such a high level. But that's gonna, like, if that's on like Bound for Glory as a undercard match, that's gonna be a very good chance of being the top match that night for sure. But these guys, they just hit home runs every time. So to put them in a program together, that's just money.
The Rich Swann story, like the comeback story and all that, it writes itself, man. This is what you make good television on. You know what I mean? Like the guy legit got hurt. This is sports. This is like a heroic sports story.
I heard the snap.
Yeah, you were there, front row. I mean, I saw it the next day. Nurse Nicole wrapped it up, and it was bad, man. Like, this thing was fucked. So for him to come back and put on the match he did at Slam, incredible. And to kind of jerk you back into like, fuck, he's out again. Like, oh shit, you know. We just got him.
That was a great last match, you know, at Slammiversary. Yeah.
Oh, so good. But yeah, that was a show, guys. Went off the air with that one. No teaser after the credits. Those days are over for now. Those days are over right now. But fantastic episode. Everything just seemed top tier today. It was they had a home run tonight.
Great flow of everything.
Wow.
This could have been a go home show for a pay-per-view. Right? It had that feel to it. Like it just
it's almost it's set up for the 2-night pay-per-view on TV.
You do need something to work towards like that. You know, you need something you're always working towards, whether it's a pay-per-view, super show, whatever it is, because it keeps your TV at high peak at all times. I think it was great. The total home run.
Yeah, agreed.
Any highlights for you guys, Alicia? What if you had to pick one major highlight? If you had to
Kimber Lee interjecting herself into the women's title picture
on the day she gets signed. On the day
she gets signed. I think they have big plans for her, to be honest.
I think so. Cool. Bill, what's your big call out today?
Obviously, if you were watching with us on the Twitch co-stream, I was wearing my Moose shirt because of the Moose defense with Heath. But obviously, after that promo to end the show, I had to put Richie over. So I got to go. Obviously, that's not anything earth shattering here, but the Rich Swann, like that was gold what he did there tonight. And you're right, because like even though I'm like I said at the beginning, like EY, they still have you thinking it. Like you had those thoughts crossing your head. Like when the boys come out, Eddie Edwards is kind of giving them the look. Then we were a little worried because the Twitch stream got a little choppy. It's like, like that just kind of played into our like nervousness of what was going on. So
we didn't want to miss nothing. Yeah,
it's like what am I going to miss? But yeah, I got to give it to Rich Swann, although there was a lot. So that was it was definitely rich for me. But there was a lot, like you said, there was so many good aspects of this, from the Wrestle House to the Moose stuff, the EC3 promo. There was a lot. The Machine Guns interview. I'm with you. I think that was great. I'd like to see more of that with Jimmy just kind of doing sit downs in the ring. It reminds me of those TNA sit downs back in the day.
It does. Little throwback.
Do that. Jimmy's a good host for those. Jay, before I go to yours, Isle of Dusty Roads, and the biggest highlight was Trent running a hot iron over that Chicago flag. That's already. I was trying to remember who pointed this out on Sunday. Like, and so Trent, I was a Boy Scout. Like, it's really bothered me. Your flag's got creases in it. Could you iron it? So I will steam it before the next show. I have a steamer. Okay, I will take care of it. I was trying to remember who said that. I was like, somebody was telling me to iron this fucking flag. I was trying to remember who it was. Jake, your big highlight today?
My highlight was seeing the in-ring debut of Heath. He did great against. I mean, like so win or lose, it was great seeing Heath. The next chapter of Heath starting was great right here. It'll be great to see where this continues. I'd say it's a tie. That and the match between Sami and Eddie. Those two always knock it out of the park. They could do 12 in a row, the series, and I wouldn't get bored. I want to share something with you guys. I haven't shared one of these in a while. There's this talk of, Jaybone, Downey Jr.
Is it news? Because I can play the.
Longing for that fake wrestling news. Don't believe anything that you read on the internet.
No, it's not news. No, this was delivered to me, so I wanted to share. Like I said, I hadn't shared one of these in a while, and this one made me chuckle. So here you go.
What we got here?
It's a picture of Robert Downey Jr. What do you think? I mean, it's
fantastic.
It's the Iron Bone.
It's the Iron Bone.
Yeah, the Iron Bone indeed.
I have seen that penis.
Iron Bone indeed, for sure.
Man.
For those who missed it, Goldilocks said Jaybone reminds her of Robert Downey Jr.
Well,
So
now it's officially gone to his head.
Definitely, yeah, he is walking around the house proud as a peacock, which that soundbite is gone.
Proud as a peacock.
That damn soundbite is gone because we've been threatened by Anthem to take our shit down. We cannot have any clips in here anymore, so we're regulated to
gotta stick to bites.
To bites only.
Bites
which,
is yeah.
But you know what, Anthem? You know,
we ain't scared of nobody. If any one of them wanted to run up right now, you know what I would do?
actually, I am scared of Anthem. Please don't cancel it. I am very scared of you. I don't want it to get on your shitty side. We're trying to become the official, like, put us in place of Melissa, and we don't have tech issues, right, guys? You know, we can handle that little in between commercial Twitch break. We're already doing it anyway. But anyway, all right. Mine. It was a home run episode. There was not a single shit segment on this at all. This was absolutely a home run. I'm going to hang my hat on the Rich Swann thing. The final segment was very hard to pick a favorite, but the Swann thing made me react, legitimately just react. And to get that out of somebody in this day and age when the curtain's pulled back completely, I'm all about it. So
yeah, that was your biggest pops in Slammiversary.
Nice. Truck Rock has ordered a TNI shirt at 20% off ProWrestlingTees.com.
Thank you.
Truck Rock, you want to come on the show now? That's a golden ticket, like Willy Wonka, man. And Jaybone's your Willy Wonka today. He will dress up like a candy man on the show.
He'll sing his songs, everything.
Yes, everything.
Jaybone the Candy Man.
So if
all
you want
I
to come
got
on,
is a bunch of these. I mean,
you are the candy man. You're based like the Willy Wonka of this show. All right, so Truck Rock, thank you guys. Let me throw that out there again.
Not as creepy as Gene Wilder.
Not yet.
Johnny Depp was creepier.
Yeah, I agree.
This is true. Yeah, this is way true. Yeah.
As long as you don't say you want them to be your young boy there, Daddy.
Yeah.
So that was the episode. August 4th, 2020 home run. Let me get a plug in. Let me remind you guys again, ProWrestlingTees.com/Total Nonstop Impact. 20% off until Wednesday, noon Central on Wednesday. And I'm going to say Central because they're in Chicago. Noon Central on Wednesday. That's when it runs out. But 20% off, you might as well get it. Basically saves in the shipping and tax that way. So shave that off. We got 3 designs up. If you got a design you guys want to put up for us, you want to design for us, let us know. We'd love to have a 4th design go up there. So if it's got any cool ideas, let us know. But definitely, let's get some plugs in your guys. Alicia, where can people connect with you on Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is?
You can find me on the Twitter and the Instagram under Alicia BKK, all one word, per usual.
Nice. Bill, where can people find you, man?
Best place to find me is on that Twitter machine at my name, at William M. Gardner, Gardner.
Nice.
See you there.
See you there. Jay, where about you, man? I know you're in a bunch of places. Start plugging them up.
You can find me over on that other little podcast called Smash This Podcast, where we're smashing all things wrestling. I unfortunately do not have a 20% off sale on my store, but it's if you go to Smash This Podcast on Facebook, there's that little shop button right there. Cheap plug.
You don't offer a sale, Jaybone?
No.
This is a bunch of crap. This shit sucks.
That's perfect. Perfect. That was a layup. I had to do it. Go ahead.
that was beautiful. I love you too. Smash This Podcast is also available on the Instagram, the Facebook, and the Twitter box. You can find me over on the Twitter box right here, Jaybone5150.
And you broadcast, 3-4 times a week on Smash, Jay? And then you got Basil as your Wednesday guy now. He's with you. You finally got a co-host?
Basil's my co-host for the AEW reviews. The guy's faithful. I love him. Brings a nice little flavor to the show. And whenever this show is not live, that's when I'm live.
So Basil is now your official. You finally got a co-host, huh?
I don't know whether to say congratulations. I'm sorry.
Well, cool. All right. So then, guys, the show, you can find me at Trent Zuberi on Twitter, connect with me there, or Hemi Music on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. The show is available at We Talk Impact, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. The links are at the bottom. It's scrolling back down on if you're watching live on YouTube and Twitch, the links are down there. Just type in We Talk Impact on all the social medias. It comes up, or just type in Total Nonstop Impact. Comes up. Twitch.tv/Total Nonstop Impact. I want to thank all the Twitch community today really came out, man. Truck Rock really was leading the charge tonight. Thank you so much. Bits, subs, you name it. Our Twitch numbers have been great. We love the Twitch community, and we're happy to be a big part of it and growing this platform. We're also back to live broadcasting on 3 platforms a week now. So live on Twitch, live on YouTube, live on Facebook again, and all the Impact groups. We're all in those Impact groups. Share us around Facebook, share us around everything else. And we do Impact. We do a little After Dark show on Periscope, on Twitter. We're going to go live in about 20 minutes, so we'll be on there to join us for a little breakdown, for a little casual talk. We literally turn the lights down. Bill doesn't, because he's a lighting guy. His lights are always bright. But the Jaybone actually turns the lights down like that. Then we talk for another little bit.
That's a little Jaybone After Dark.
Exactly. Audio formats, guys. You want to take the podcast on the go with you? It's available on all audio formats: Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify. You name it, we're on it. Rate, review, subscribe. If you rate, actually, can I read a couple of? We got some reviews, guys. We got some new reviews on iTunes, and I want to read those out to you guys because some very, very kind reviews. And I wanted to take a second to read the latest reviews because there were some really nice ones that came up. A new one just got left here. This is by QB8808. Trent, Jaybone, and Kyle built a really special community for Impact and all wrestling fans to come together and have a great time talking about Impact. A welcoming, friendly community, lots of laughs, and the best wrestling talk around. The recent additions of Bill / Mr. Front Row and Alicia have added 2 fresh perspectives, and the recent inclusion of more frequent guests have given the show a new dimension to an already exciting podcast. Excellent podcast. Highly recommend this show. That's the latest one, got left a couple days ago. So very
so nice.
Yeah, very nice, man. So we really appreciate it. That's a really kind word. There's some other older ones on there, but if you leave a new one, I definitely would love to read it. So please leave one on iTunes and let us know about it and rate it. What's up?
Speaking of reviews, I just want to do a shout out to Wrestling Phantom, who I saw out in Indianapolis at the show I was at Sunday, and he specifically pointed out, he's like, the TNI, like the podcast. It's like he brought it up. I'm like, great. He's like, big fan of the show. So I appreciate him, and I know he retweets a lot of the stuff too. So once again, thanks. Like obviously, as maybe stuff starts opening up, start seeing each other, obviously feel free to see any of us. If you see us at a show, say hello.
Yeah, it's happened a couple times. It's a trip, and you guys come up to us at shows. So I appreciate it. I mark out for that big time. So I love it. Thank you guys very much. Obviously, there's really not many shows going on right now, but leave your love in other places, like comments like that. So again, ProWrestlingTees.com/Total Nonstop Impact. Sale is going on through Wednesday. Did I forget anything, guys? Am I missing any plugs? And we got
Bison.
Thank you. God, Bison's gonna hate me because I always slips my mind. But thank you, Alicia. Bison currently on vacation. He doesn't have a new episode this week, but Bison TNI UK playlist is up. His last video was Slamversary thoughts. It's a little older now, but if you haven't heard his thoughts on Slamversary, they're up, and it's got his back catalog up there. So take a listen to Bison stuff. He's gonna come up with more stuff as soon as he gets back. He's got a couple ideas, so check out Bison.
100% pure Bison.
Pure beef.
Pure beef.
So Bison will be back. I think as soon as he's back from vacation, he's got another video in the works. So anything else? Am I missing it? I think we can
follow at KL on the mic if you're not already.
Son of a bitch. You guys are scheduled. Don't forget, Tuesday nights is the flagship show, Impact on Access TV, the review. 30 minutes after Impact goes off the air. Thursday nights, late evening, we do the TNA throwback show. We are coming up on episode on Bill number 37 this week now. Number 37? We're on 37.
It might be 36. Are we at 37? I think it's 36.
36 or 37. Yeah.
Okay. So we're in the 30s, guys. So we've done quite a few weeks of the NWA TNA reviews. We're coming up on 36 this week. 36 will be this week. Last week was the debut of the Clockwork Orange House of Fun, which we had a blast with. So
Love Raven. Love Raven.
36 this week. So join us for that. And Sunday nights is the open forum show, the Impact Plus Weekly. We talk Explosion. We talk a roll around the ring, what's going on with that, the Explosion match, obviously. Then we kind of do an open forum discussion Last week, Mark joined us. We had a good time. Mark was with us, hanging out, and it's got a little more laid back, open item discussion talk. So, whatever you guys want to talk about, we'll do it on Sundays. I think that's about it, right, everybody? All right. Cool.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
All right, guys, thank you very much for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. Impact was fantastic. Thank you to Impact Wrestling and the whole staff and crew. We had a blast watching this one tonight. So, guys, we will talk to you on Thursday for Throwback. Everybody have a great week, and we will talk to you later. Jaybone, play a video. Let's get us out of here. Good night, everybody.
See ya.
Find me the name of this garbage show again that I'm on.
Total Nonstop Impact.
My name's John, capital letter E, period, Bravo, and you're listening to the Total Nonstop Impact Podcast.
This is the jaw-jacking Tuesday Night Impact, and his mother called him son because he shines like one. Mocha Skin Manimal, Rohit, Raju, and you are watching Total Nonstop Impact.
This is Taya, la güera loca, and you are listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
The Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander, and you're listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
We are the Rascals. And you are listening to Total
Nonstop
Impact Podcast, baby.
Woo! And what you're really listening to is Total Nonstop Impact. Don't you dare miss a lesson. Oh, yeah.